Friends, please come inside the hall. If you see anybody outside, can you please call them in? Ansari Bhai is looking very comfortable. Please come to the front. Can we begin now?
Looks very empty. Is it that people are outside for their car, right? Does anybody know? Should we wait for another 5 minutes maybe? Okay. In the meantime, I have a very interesting announcement that my friend Raymond has handed over to me. If you want to read about the history of community radio broadcasters in the Philippines, I'll repeat myself, if you want to read about the history of community radio broadcasters in the Philippines, there is a very interesting book available in PDF format online. I assume this is free of cost, and all you need to do is log into iawrt.org. iawrt.org, and you can download a book on the history of community radio broadcasting in the Philippines. The book is in PDF format.
So if you are interested, please download this book. And if you are not sure about the email address, the website address, then please ask me later, or you can ask Raymond directly. Raymond from Philippines over there. Friends, we also have the possibility of presenting resolutions in the General Assembly in a short while later. So if you want to take any resolution forward, please do so. Please write those resolutions now. Don't worry about the language. It is what you want to say that should be communicated is what is very important. You don't have to follow any specific language of a resolution. We can help you with that later. But if you want to take forward an idea, a thought, or an idea for activity, action, please take it forward. You can just handwrite it in a piece of paper like this and give it to me. And I'll put them together and take them forward to the Assembly Chair. So now I think we can begin now, although we are very few of us here today compared to the previous days, or there are more people coming in. I think we'll just wait for another 2 minutes. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Namaskar साथीहरु, आइदिनुस्. हामी यहाँहरुको प्रतीक्षामा थियौं. व्यग्रताका साथ प्रतीक्षा गरिरहेका थियौं. हजुर छ है मैले उहाँलाई दिएको थिएँ नेपालको पनि Yes. There is no simultaneous. Okay. साथीहरु आज दोभाषीको सुविधा हामीलाई उपलब्ध छैन, त्यसले गर्दा त्यो हेडफोन लिइराख्न पर्दैन, हुन त हेडफोन दिने मान्छे पनि छैन जस्तो त्यहाँ है, लिन पनि मिलेन. Thank you June for reminding. So we don't have the translators today, and therefore we also don't have the headphones. Yeah. Yeah. Should I say that? No. Okay. Maybe that. Hazir. हुन्छ त्यो इन्कर्पोरेट त्यसमा थप्नको लागि अहिले हामीलाई अवसर हुन्छ अहिले हस् हजुर हो हुन्छ त्यो कुरा म सम्झिने प्रयास गर्छु तर यहाँहरूले आफै पनि त्यति बेला भनिदिनु होला resolution. Today the resolution committee, Shane on behalf of the resolution drafting committee, declaration drafting committee in fact, will be reading out a draft declaration to the assembly. So we will have a chance to provide any final input that we may have on the declaration. So if you have some points in your mind, then please keep them handy. And when Shane reads out the draft, then if you do not see your points over there, you can ask him to include those points. That's possible.
Can I?
Yes,
yeah,
please.
Okay. Yeah,
welcome Iman. Good morning.
Morning. Salah satu agenda nanti adalah membacakan draft resolusi yang kita akan sebut sebagai Yogyakarta, deklarasi Yogyakarta. Draft ini akan disampaikan oleh Shane yang sudah didiskusikan bersama dengan beberapa volunteers yang kemarin secara intensif berdiskusi. Tolong dilihat buat teman-teman yang mungkin merasa ada poin yang belum masuk di dalam diskusi yang dituangkan di dalam deklarasi. Nanti akan kita diskusikan setelah disampaikan oleh Shane Ellison.
Thank you, Imam. And could you also please tell our friends from Indonesia that they can still bring resolutions if they want to, recommendations to the General Assembly. It just needs to be 2 or 3 lines. They don't have to worry about how those sentences are structured. Okay. But if they have an idea for some activity in future, something that they wish to recommend for AMARC, they can definitely bring it to the General Assembly.
Di samping itu juga dibuka kesempatan untuk menyampaikan resolusi kalimat singkat 2-3 kalimat. Jangan khawatir dengan pengkalimatan atau bahasanya. Silakan sampaikan, nanti akan dibahas juga di dalam forum ini. Jadi kepada teman-teman dari Indonesia, terutama yang hadir di sini, bisa membuat draft resolusi dan disampaikan kepada kami.
Thank you, Imam. Now, I think we are already a little behind time, so we should start the proceedings of the day. But before we actually get on with the proceedings of the Regional Assembly, there is one very important matter that we all need to attend to. And in order to roll out that matter, I would like to invite some of my colleagues from the AMARC Asia Pacific Board on the stage. And that includes Imam, Shane, Ashish, Bianca, Nimi. Please come on the stage. And Junichi, could you please come here onto the mic, please, to the podium. While the other board members and the previous board members are on the stage, Junichi will be making an important announcement. Licha, can you bring the stuff on the stage? Okay, it's here. Okay.
Me also?
Yes, you also, please.
Yeah. Selamat pagi, good morning. I'm Junichi Hibino. Morning. I would like to introduce one colleague from East Asia. He was the first board member from East Asia in 2005 in Jakarta. And also he opened AMARC door to the member of East Asia. His name is Tetsuo Matsura. Coming. Dia tahun 2005 dia menjadi salah satu anggota board AMARC Asia Pacific. Paling muda waktu itu di dalam board member. Kemudian dia membuka pintu AMARC kepada teman-teman Asia Timur. Namanya Tetsuo Matsura.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause for Tetsuo and for everyone on stage. I think June, I don't know if June already said it, but you know, when Tetsuo joined the board, he was the youngest person on the board, and he was the one who brought in youthfulness on the board. So Bianca, please, could you please offer the flowers to Tetsuo? And a big round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen. You have to open it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. Thank you, Tetsuo. And thanks to all the ladies and gentlemen on the stage. Thank you, Nimi. Thank you, Bianca. June, thank you. Ashish, thank you. Shane and Imam, thank you as well. So now we can move ahead with the agenda of the day, and the proceedings of the General Assembly will now begin. Before I hand over the microphone to the people responsible for running the General Assembly, I'd just like to let you know that the agenda of the conference is over there. Oh, I think we should organize the volunteers to distribute the agenda around the room. Can we do that, Dicha? Can you help with that, please? Can you have volunteers to distribute the agenda to all the participants here so that participants don't have to leave their seats to come up over there to take the agenda? The agenda, Gopiji has the agenda of the assembly. And there are membership forms available at that table, at Dicha's table over there. So if you want to take those, please feel free to do so. Thank you.
Ya, sebelum kita memulai General Assembly, dan Suman akan memberikan mic ini kepada panitia, akan disebarkan agenda untuk hari ini General Assembly oleh teman-teman volunteers kepada semua partisipan, dan supaya partisipan tidak karena juga disampaikan di beberapa tembok di di ruangan ini. Dan juga di meja panitia sudah tersedia formulir keanggotaan AMARC. Silahkan kepada teman-teman yang menjadi anggota atau akan menjadi atau mengajukan diri menjadi anggota untuk mengambil formulir dimaksud.
Please bear with us. We just want to be very careful on how we manage this so as not to make any mistakes. The first, if you look at the agenda, you probably by now have the agenda in your hands. And the first item is the distribution of voting cards. So, Bianca, the voting cards needs to be signed, or it's just, we can just hand out the cards? Yeah, or can we not just?
I would say that you need to have a signature on the voting card. Do you want us to do that?
Yes, please. Yes,
okay.
Gopiji, can you please bring the voting cards to Bianca so that Bianca can quickly sign the voting cards and then have them distributed to the participants?
I would like to introduce also, I asked Nike to be my assistant as the election officer. So she can help in the translation, but she can also assist. So she can also sign the cards. So I don't need to sign all the cards. I hope everyone agrees to this. If there is objection, be said now.
साथीहरु बिहानकाले निक जाइजालाई आफ्नो डेप्युटी मनोनित गर्नुभएको छ। निक आफै भोटर पनि हैन, उहाँ उम्मेदवार पनि होइन। उहाँ चाहिँ सामुदायिक रेडियोसँग सम्बन्धित कम्बाइन भन्ने संस्थाको एक्जिक्युटिभ डाइरेक्टर हुन्थ्यो धेरै अघिसम्म। अहिले उहाँ के गर्नुहुन्छ मलाई पनि थाहा छैन, तर उहाँलाई उम्मेदवार बनाउनलाई हाम्रो आपत्ति छैन नि। मोहनजीले समर्थन गरिराख्नु भएको छ। धन्यवाद मोहनजी। मोहनजी सपोर्ट्स दैट, सो आई थिंक वी कैन क्यारी द मोशन फरवर्ड। नो ऑब्जेक्शंस, थैंक यू। So again, please bear with us. We'll just take a little bit more time to distribute the cards. Bianca is going to sign them. And you know, we are not politicians, so we don't manage elections so well. Very sorry about that.
Okay. Let me. Yeah. Kita akan memulai proses ini. Tolong teman-teman perhatikan agenda yang sudah dibagikan. Ada agenda mulai pagi ini sampai nanti sore. Agenda itu diawali dengan pembagian kartu pemilih. Jadi nanti anggota akan menerima kartu pemilih yang nanti akan didistribusikan. Bianca yang kemarin kita sudah tetapkan sebagai officer untuk pemilihan, meminta salah satu orang lain dari Indonesia, Nike Yahya, yang akan membantu sebagai asisten. Nike dulu adalah Executive Director untuk Combined Resource Institution dan sudah cukup lama berkegiatan dengan AMARC.
Thank you, Imam. Now we'll move forward with the nomination of the Assembly Chair. I've been asked by the current board of AMARC Asia Pacific to present to you, on behalf of the board, the name of Ashish Chandra Sen to be the chair, to chair the assembly. If the floor accepts, then we'll need a mover, a proposer, and a seconder for this name. Subhasji would like to move. Would anybody like to second this name, please? Ansari Bhai from India would like to second the name. And are there any objections? Rather, is there any objection? And there are none. So, with unanimous decision, we nominate Ashish to be the chair of this assembly.
Yeah.
Ashish Sen.
Sorry. Agenda kedua itu adalah menominasikan assembly chairs. Jadi pemimpin sidang untuk assembly atas nama board member. Kami mengusulkan Ashish Chandra Sen, ada mantan presiden AMARC Asia Pasifik pada periode sebelumnya, untuk dinominasikan sebagai ketua sidang ini. Dan tadi sudah dilakukan mover disampaikan diusulkan oleh Subas Katiwada, dan seconder tadi Bapak yang di depan, I forget the son? Oh, Ansari, oh ya, from India. Ya, jadi prosesnya adalah setiap ada usulan keputusan di dalam proses ini, itu ada yang disebut mover dan ada yang disebut seconder. Jadi mover ini adalah orang yang menyetujui usulan dan harus didukung oleh setidaknya satu orang yang di dalam proses ini disebut seconder, dan tidak ada objection, tidak ada keberatan dari audiens di sini. Jadi itu proses-proses pengambilan keputusan yang digunakan di dalam proses ini. Ya, sekarang Aziz Sen akan memimpin sidang dan proses semua akan dihandle oleh pimpinan sidang Aziz Sen.
Should we proceed? Yeah, okay, thank you. Good morning, friends. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you today. And I hope to discharge these responsibilities to the best of my abilities. Let's move quickly. May I request, as we move forward, that we appoint Mr. Suman Basnet as the meeting secretary. I would like to nominate him. I seek your consensus in doing so. Are there any objections? No, then without more ado, may I request Suman to please come forward. A round of applause. Thank you, Suman.
Ya, saya untuk proses ini supaya berlanjut, saya mengusulkan Suman Basnet menjadi sekretaris dalam sidang ini. Jika ada yang keberatan, silahkan tunjuk tangan. Jika tidak, ini akan terus dilanjutkan.
So friends, as we wait for the voting cards to be ready, as Suman has already explained, we're not very adept. We're not managers of political elections, so we don't work the same way. So I crave your indulgence. This should be ready as soon as possible. But as we wait for them, let's move on to the next part of the agenda, which is the adoption of the agenda. Now, you would all have a copy of the agenda, which Suman has kindly circulated. You all have this. If you don't, if for some reason you don't have this with you, I would urge you to look at it. It's also available on the walls and at the back of the room. This will give you the program agenda for the day. Go through it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them now so that we can clarify all of them.
Ya, ini translate ya.
Sure.
Oke.
Sorry,
Ya.
Imam. Yeah.
Oke. Ya, kita masuk kepada agenda berikutnya. Agenda berikutnya adalah mengadopsi agenda yang sudah jadi statusnya masih draft. Kemudian jika ada yang belum mendapatkan dan bisa dilihat juga di beberapa tembok dipasang di sana, adopsi agenda ini adalah menyetujui agenda yang sudah disusun draftnya oleh panitia. Jika ada yang keberatan atau bertanya, silahkan menyampaikan di dalam proses ini.
Thank you, Imam. Also, just a point of concern, today Imam has been translating the English language into Bahasa, but we are a diverse group. If anyone has any problems in understanding what I'm saying, or if you don't understand apart from the Bahasa language, if you need translations, please do let us know. We don't have the translators with us this morning, but we'll try and organize whisper translations as we've done in other AMARC conferences. So do let us know if you have any difficulties in understanding the process and the procedure for today. Is that all right? Fantastic. Thanks.
Ya. Oke. Ya. Kita tidak menggunakan sistem interpreter hari ini. Jadi kalau teman-teman ada yang masih kesulitan untuk mendengarkan penjelasan di sini, tolong kami diberitahu dan apa yang bisa kita bantu agar semua teman-teman di sini, peserta di sini bisa memahami setiap tahapan dari proses ini dan juga bisa terlibat secara penuh.
Thanks, Imam. I see that the voting cards are almost ready, so I crave your patience for a few moments longer. But before that, they're ready? Fantastic. Great. So, very quickly, are there any questions that you would, or concerns that you have about the agenda? Anything? Nahi? Everything is good? All right, thank you. Then I request that we move a motion to adopt the agenda. But before that, we need to distribute the voting cards. May we do that? Could I request our volunteers? Actually, shall I go down and... No. If we could request some volunteers to please distribute the voting cards to our members. Oh, okay, that they are eligible to vote. Sure. So what we're doing right now, again, a little bit of crisis management over here, no crisis, but we're just getting the list of members over here so that if you are eligible to vote, then you need to come there to Bianca, check, and then take your card. Is that all right? Yep. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't catch up your explanations.
So, Imam, what Bianca was saying is that they cannot be, is that rather than handing them out, we need a list of all those who are eligible to vote. Okay. So only members can vote, right? Or only those who are, or who have decided to be members can vote. So.
Jadi voting cards ini, kartu pemilihan ini akan didistribusikan kepada semua voting members. Jadi anggota yang punya hak suara. Satu organisasi yang punya hak suara satu orang. Jadi kalau ada satu organisasi dengan 2 orang yang punya hak suara tetap 1 orang. Dan ini akan jadi Bianca dan Nike akan membagikan dengan melihat daftar keanggotaan yang sudah dimiliki oleh AMARC. Nah, teman-teman mungkin kalau ada yang bertanya, yang dimaksudkan mengadopsi agenda itu ini. Kita belum bicara soal yang lain. Tadi Uni Yet menanyakan agendanya belum dibagi. Memang belum dibagi. Agenda resolusi memang belum dibagi, belum saatnya dibagi. Kita baru tahap per tahap. Jadi kalau teman-teman perhatikan, kita masih di poin ke-5. Ya, jadi masih di poin ke-5. Jadi saya berharap semua teman-teman bisa mengikuti proses ini. Kita masih di poin ke-5, tadi bersepakat untuk mengadopsi agenda ini. Nah, sekarang proses untuk pembagian kartu pemilih, voting cards-nya sedang dilakukan.
So friends, to simplify this, here is what we're going to do. Just to clarify, there may be an institution who has more than 1 member present in this assembly. But please note, any institution or organization which has eligibility to vote has 1 casting vote. So only 1 representative from that institution or that NGO or that community group is eligible to vote. In order to ensure that we follow the due process, what I've requested and what Sumanji will do now is he will read the institutions and the organizations who are eligible to vote and hand out 1 card to 1 member. Am I right, Suman? Right. Please note that the AMARC win voting process is not exactly the same. Only the women vote. So Bianca will explain this again. At that time, the cards need to be duly handed out to the women representative of that organization. Is that clear? Yeah? Thank you. Okay. So may I request?
Jadi sekali lagi diingatkan kalau ada perwakilan organisasi di dalam ruangan ini yang lebih dari 1, maka yang anggota yang berhak atau organisasi tersebut hanya memiliki 1 suara, perwakilan 1 suara saja. Jadi kalau ada 2 orang atau 3 orang, hanya 1 suara saja yang bisa digunakan. Nanti Suman akan menyampaikan daftar member kepada kita semua. Yang kedua, untuk perwakilan Women International Network, itu akan dilakukan secara sedikit berbeda dan hanya akan dipilih oleh perempuan yang organisasinya menjadi anggota di dalam AMARC. Jadi perempuan yang hadir di sini yang organisasinya menjadi anggota di dalam AMARC. Jadi kalau WIN hanya khusus perempuan saja. Meskipun misalnya hari ini ada laki-laki yang mewakili 1 radio komunitas, tetapi mengatakan bahwa anggota saya ada yang perempuan tapi tidak hadir, itu tidak punya hak pilih. Terima kasih.
Thank you. With Ashish, with your permission.
Yes, please.
साथीहरु, may I just very briefly try to explain this also in Nepali? यदि साथीहरुले यो कुरा बुझ्नु भएको छ हैन, यहाँ हामीसँग आशिषले के भन्नुभयो भने केही हाम्रो भोटर भनेको व्यक्ति होइन, संस्थाका प्रतिनिधिहरू हुन्। केही रेडियोहरुबाट एक भन्दा बढी साथीहरु यहाँ उपस्थित हुनुहुन्छ, तर अहिले भोटिङ कार्ड लिँदाखेरि प्रति संस्था एक व्यक्तिले मात्र लिदिनु होला। आफैमा तय गर्नुभयो हुन्छ, जस्तो म कुनै रेडियोबाट हामी 2 जना छौं, हाम्रो एफएमबाट हामी 3 जना छौं भने उहाँहरूले आफै निर्णय गर्नुहुन्छ हामी मध्ये कसले लिने। नम्बर 1 कुरा त्यो होइन। नम्बर 2 कुरा, विनको जुन महिलाहरूको दिदीबहिनीहरूको जुन छुट्टै भोटिङ हुन्छ, उहाँहरूको प्रक्रिया अलि फरक छ। त्यो प्रक्रिया बिहानकाले जुन बेला विनको भोटिङ गर्ने बेला आउँछ त्यही बेला व्याख्या गर्नुहुनेछ। तर त्यतिखेर हामीले हाम्रो कार्ड आफूसँग भएको महिला प्रतिनिधिलाई दिन सक्छौं। त्यो महिला प्रतिनिधि आफ्नै रेडियोको हुनुपर्छ भन्ने छैन, किनभने विनका दिदीबहिनीहरूले छुट्टै मेम्बरशिप अप्लाई गरे हुँदैन, उहाँहरू छुट्टै मेम्बर बन्नु भएको हुँदैन। तर महिला सामुदायिक रेडियो कर्मी भएको नाताले उहाँहरू अटोमेटिकली नै विनको सदस्य मानिनुहुन्छ। त्यसले गर्दा यहाँ उपस्थित महिलाहरू सबै भोटिङका लागि योग्य हुनुहुन्छ। त त्यो प्रक्रिया डिटेलमा पछि बिहानकाले व्याख्या गर्नुहुनेछ, त्यति मात्र एउटा ख्याल गरेर राखौं। अब म रेडियोहरूको नाम, नाउ आई विल रिड आउट द नेम अफ द भोटिङ मेम्बर्स. Those of you who are here, please raise your hand and one of our friend volunteers will come up to you and hand over the card. Some of the radios, many of the radios, the names that I'll read out are actually not represented in this hall, and that is fine. So they don't need to, so they will not be taking the cards. So CBAA from Australia, I know is not here. ICA from Australia is not here. Alternative Radio from Australia, Shane I think is representing Alternative Radio from Australia. Gopiji, Shane like card didinos. Volunteers, please. You don't know, oh no, sorry, Shane is not voting. Shane is not voting, I'm sorry. BNNRC is not here from Bangladesh. Radio Bikrampur, is there anybody from Radio Bikrampur?
Could you raise your hand, please?
Oh,
our
is
friend
there?
from Bikrampur?
No, not you. Is there somebody from Bikrampur? Who is it? He's coming? Okay, so please remind us later. We'll hand over the card later. Polyconto. BRAC, BCRA, Polyconto. Anadi. Okay. Can somebody bring the card to Anadi? Gopiji, तपाईं यतै भइराख्नु पर्यो please. आज ओजन अलि घट्ने भयो. उहाँलाई अलि कुद्नै पर्छ है, या 2 जना कसै अरु साथीको सम लिने. हजुर.
Sorry, Suman, is it now process to
hand over the card?
Okay, by inviting by Suman.
By Suman.
Oke, ya sekarang ini proses pendistribusian kartu. Suman akan memanggil masing-masing organisasi, apa radio, NGO yang menjadi anggota. Nanti representasinya atau perwakilannya tolong ke depan.
Okay, so Gopiji had a proposal, and I think that makes sense, which is the persons that need to take the card, please go up to Gopiji's table, because he also needs to make a mark on his list and hand over the card. So Anadi, could you please go up to Gopiji's table and take up your card, and I'll go on reading the names. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Sorry. Jadi prosesnya itu setelah dipanggil oleh Suman, ambil voting cardnya di tempat Mas Gobi. Mas Gobinya mana? Oh, itu tuh yang pakai kacamata di sebelah sini pakai baju biru. Ah, itu yang lagi berdiri itu Mas Gobi ya namanya. Jadi setelah dipanggil kemudian datang ke sana karena Mas Gobi juga pegang listnya. Jadi list yang sama dipegang oleh Suman dan Mas Gobi.
Okay, thank you. So Polyconto Anadi is there. Radio Mahananda, over there please. BCRA Radio NAF from Bangladesh. He's coming. Okay, he will take it later. And BCRA as an association. You, please go over there. Beijing Plus from China is not here. Let's Talk from China is not here. Femlink from Fiji is not here. Radio Namaskar India. Ansari bhai. Dhan Foundation from India is not here. Mara from India Is anybody representing Angarika? Are you here in the room? Okay, she's not here. Maybe she will come later. She may take it later. Namma Dhoni from India is not here. The Restoring Force is not here. Combined Resource Institution, Indonesia.
Combine. Ferdi. Oh, not come yet. Not come yet. JRKI Association. Adivo FM from Jatim. Agro FM. Adi, sorry, Adi?
Adivo.
Adevo.
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 Agro FM from Indonesia, from Sumatera Barat.
Agro FM.
Al Azhar FM.
Al Azhar FM. Aduh,
Indonesia.
Mbak Anu udah pulang. Sorry, Suman, because
yeah, it's getting crowded over there, so we'll just take a break of 1 minute. Yes.
Okay. Yang menggantikan Al Azhar ada nggak perwakilan Al Azhar? Mbak Anunya sudah pulang soalnya bagaimana? Pulang ya akhirnya. Iya, tadi malam.
Imam, do you think it might be possible to make a separate table for the Nepalis? Because there is a much bigger team from Nepal. Yes. Could 2 volunteers just sit in a different table for the Nepalis and give away the cards? And maybe somebody, maybe 1 or 2 persons from the Nepali delegation can please assist in that. नेपाली साथीहरुको लागि एउटा छुट्टै टेबलको व्यवस्था गर्ने.
Sorry, Suman, the Gobi only have 1 list, so okay. It's difficult to separate, make a separate table.
Okay.
So it's faster for them to do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think Bianca has a very good suggestion. साथीहरु नेपाली साथीहरुलाई अन्त्यमा बाँडौँला हुन्न, अरु देशका साथीहरु थोरै हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरुको सिधै हालौं. अनि अन्त्यमा सरर नेपालीहरुको मात्रै बाँडौँला हुन्न. So the suggestion is that the cards for our Nepali participants will be distributed at the end. First we'll distribute to all other country participants, and then we'll do it for Nepalis.
Prosesnya akan dibuat lebih sederhana. Jadi yang akan dipanggil adalah semua partisipan, yang pertama akan dipanggil adalah semua partisipan secara bergantian dari masing-masing negara, kecuali dari Nepal. Nepal akan dipanggil belakangan karena jumlahnya yang paling banyak, untuk memudahkan supaya tidak menumpuk di depan meja.
Okay, in that case, shall I read some more names from Indonesia? Imam?
Sure.
May I read some names?
Yeah.
Okay. So Al-Azhar FM,
It's already.
Bahana FM.
Bahana FM.
These are all radios from Indonesia. Bedugul FM. Bedugul FM.
Bedugul FM.
Best FM.
Best FM.
Bragi FM.
Bragi FM.
Bunut FM.
Kunut.
Bunut.
Okay.
Bunut.
Kelut. Kelut.
Blut.
Kelut.
Blut.
Oke. Kelut
Blut,
FM.
Blut.
Oke. Kalau kunut nanti
It's written
NU
BU and
banget.
U2. NUT. Yes.
Oh,
Ermediat FM. Ermediat FM.
Ermediat T.
Ermediat T FM.
Yes. Ermediat T FM.
Ermediat T FM.
Yes.
Jema Merapi. Jema Merapi.
Gema Merapi FM.
Jema Merapi. Jama Suara FM.
Gema Suara FM.
Jaseng FM. Jaseng FM.
Jaseng FM. Oke.
JRK Aceh. JRK Aceh.
JRK Aceh.
Oh, JRK Aceh. JRK Bali.
JRK Bali.
JRK NTT.
JRK NTT. NTT.
NTT.
Ya.
JRK Papua Barat.
JRK Papua Barat. West Papua. Bang Yoris.
And JRK Jabar.
JRK Jabar.
So
West Java.
shall we stop there for a moment? Shall we just stop there for a moment? Okay.
JRK Jabar sudah? Oke.
So, Imam, can we read some more names? JRK. नेपाली साथीहरु अहिले त्यहाँ नगइदिनु होला है नेपाली साथीहरु अलि बेर पछि गइदिनु होला
ओके
ओके जेरका जाबार जेरका जातिम
JRK Jatim,
जेरका सुमुत
JRK Sumut,
कावानुआ एफएम
Kawanua FM,
केके लांगान एफएम
Kekelengan FM.
केके लांगान एफएम
Sudah. Oke. Yes.
कटुआ एफएम कटुआ जारका जेरका कटुआ no Katua KETUA Katua FM Lapang FM Lintas Merapi
Lintas Merapi. Oh,
Lintas Sebayang
Lintas Sebayang.
all the names that are being read out are valid voters. So if the representatives are not here right now, they can take their cards later whenever they arrive.
Lintas Merapi, masuk Iman.
Lintas
Oh, okay.
Sebayang.
Sudah.
Sukiman is
Sebayang.
here. Sukiman, have you taken your card?
Ya, already.
Okay.
The representative.
Lintas Sebayang.
Lintas Sebayang.
Mas FM. Mase FM.
Mase FM.
Mase FM. Mitra FM.
Mitra FM.
Mitra Tani FM.
Mitra Tani FM.
Pas FM.
Pas FM.
Pas FM.
Okay.
Pendowo FM.
Pendowo FM. Pendowo, oke.
Pesona FM.
Pesona FM.
PB FM.
Sorry, someone?
PB FM. PBI, PB FM. PB FM? Ah, good. Okay. Yeah, Imam, there is somebody from PB FM over there.
Oh, okay.
Prima Swara FM.
Prima Suara.
Radio Gapura.
Gapura FM. Radio Gapura.
Radio Land. Rajamuni FM.
Rajamuni FM.
Radio Land, Rajamuni FM, Rakanila FM. Okay. Ras FM. Okay. Rasi FM.
Rasi
FM.
RDK.
Radaka FM. Radeka FM.
Sorry,
RKSB, Raka Sabah FM. RKSB. Is there anybody from RKSB FM?
RKSB Bandung. Okay.
RKSB Bandung. Okay. Yes, from RKSB Maja FM. Yeah, that's him. Okay. RSC FM. Jabar. RSC FM. Oh, there he is. Okay. Sakti FM. Sakti FM यहाँ पनि रहेछ है? Sakti FM.
Oh, Sakti FM.
Sakti FM.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of Sakti? Is it power?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Sakti FM. SBC FM. Oh, over there. SBP FM. SBP. Symphony FM. Symphony. Anybody from Symphony? Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Star FM. Suadri FM. Yeah. Suadri FM.
Radio Suandri.
Suara Kota. Rifki's FM.
Oh,
Rifki is here.
Rifki.
Okay, we can give it to Rifki later.
Oke, untuk Suara Kota kalau belum datang nanti belakangan akan dibagi.
Suska FM. SUSKA. Is it Saska or Suska? Suska FM.
Suska.
Okay, we move on. Wiladeg FM. And that is the end of the list from Indonesia.
Yep.
I'll tell you how many there are. Is it okay to say the number? Okay. 52 from Indonesia. Now we come to Japan. Kyoto Community Broadcasting. Nobody. Nanmin Now? Yes. Nanmin Now. Radio FMYY, Chiakisan.
List yang di sana.
Okay. That is all from Japan. So now once the crowd is over there, then we'll move on to Nepal.
Okay. The other countries?
Oh yes, we have Philippines, sorry.
Okay.
ISIS International, Philippines. Is anybody representing ISIS International? Oh, Mary Carlin. Mary Carlin, please, Mary, please go and take your card over there. Kodao Radio? Kodao Radio, Raymond? Radio Sagada, Mary. So Mary is carrying a proxy. Radio Sagada. Rainbow Ride Project, we don't have anybody from there. Now we have a list of South Korean names. In their honor, I will just read out the names, but nobody is here from there, from South Korea. Gwanak Community Radio, Iksan Public Media Center, Jeoju Public Media Center, Korean Association of Community Radio, Kumkam FM Company, Mapo Community Radio, Media Act, National Association of Community Media Centers, Seongseo Community Radio, Sungnam FM, Yeonju FM Broadcasting System. And that brings us to the end of the list, except for the Nepalis. There is one vote from Thailand, and that is the National Community Radio Association, NFCR, Thailand. Wichan is here? Wichan? Oh, okay. Dr. Ujit will represent NFCR. Dr. Ujit, could you please go up to that table and take the voting card? Okay, so that brings us to the end of the voting list, except Nepal. As soon as the table is little free, we'll announce the Nepali names. Oh yes, sorry, thank you. Yeah, no, we'll do it now. I'm sorry, I left out a name from India, and thank you for reminding that, Ashish. It's Sajha Radio, represented by Mr. Manmohan Singh. Manmohanji, could you please go up to the table and take your card? Sajha Radio. You know, they have to apply, pay to go, but when he's free. गोपीजी त्यहाँ तपाईं खाली हुनासाथ भन्नु होला, म नेपाली साथीहरुको नाम बोलाउन थाल्छु। साथीहरु थोरै धैर्य गरिदिनु होला है, म क्षमा चाहन्छु अलिकति अबेर भएकोमा।
For those who want to apply membership in AMARC,
yes,
it should be registered, fulfill the form, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but the form now is being copied because it's already empty.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, Imam.
Yeah.
Shall I just mention that here once again? And maybe you can also say it in Bahasa Indonesia. Those of you who are interested to apply for AMARC's membership, and if you're not yet a member already, then please do so now. The forms are available. I think we've run out of forms. Dicha has sent for them to be photocopied, and they should be here soon with us. So, and the process of applying is you fill up the form, you make a payment of the application fee is $30. You hand that over to Gopiji, and then the application process is completed to be presented to the assembly. Okay, ready. Thank you, Gopiji. Thank you. So now I'll start reading out names from Nepal. Yes, Ashish, with your permission? Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Akurab, Nepal. Akurab, Nepal. साथीहरु हात उठाएर गइदिनु होला म कोही जानुभयो भन्ने थाहा पाउँछु है अकुराब नेपालबाट कोही जानुभयो ठिकै छ सुभाषजी यतै हुनुहुन्थ्यो बाहिर निस्किनु भएको छ कि क्या हो ठिकै छ ल एकैछिन पछि गरौँला आफ्नो एफएम हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो एफएम अमरगढी एफएम अमरगढी जाँदै हुनुहुन्छ छैन छैन बागलुङ एफएम बुलबुले एफएम सोलु एफएम कम्युनिटी रेडियो वालिङ दमौली एफएम गोर्खाली रेडियो कास्की हजुरको रेडियो रामेछाप हाम्रो रेडियो दोलखा इलाम एफएम जागरण रेडियो बुटवल जागरण रेडियो सुर्खेत जलेश्वरनाथ एफएम महोत्तरी जलेश्वरनाथ एफएम महोत्तरी जानकी एफएम धनुषा कालिंचोक एफएम दोलखा कालिंचोक एफएम दोलखा कपुरकोट एफएम सल्यान कर्णाली आवाज हुम्ला कर्णाली एफएम जुम्ला कोहलपुर एफएम बाँके कृषि एफएम धादिङ लुम्बिनी एफएम लुम्बिनी मादी सेती एफएम मादी सेती एफएम नाम गरेको दुईटा रेडियो छ नेपालमा तनहुमा एउटा एउटा अन्त कतै हो कि होइन हो मादी सेती एफएम हो तनहु मादी सेती एफएम तनहुबाट मल्लिकार्जुन एफएम दार्चुला मनोकामना एफएम गोरखा मनोकामना एफएम गोरखा माण्डवी एफएम प्युठान मेरो एफएम काठमाडौँ मेरो साथी एफएम तनहु नारायणी एफएम वीरगंज नयाँ नेपाल एफएम नयाँ नेपाल एफएम नुवाकोट एफएम प्रकृतिको साथी समाद एफएम सिराहा प्रकृतिको साथी समाद एफएम सिराहा प्राइम एफएम बनेपा रेडियो आफ्नो ओखलढुङ्गा रेडियो आफ्नो ओखलढुङ्गा रेडियो अनुग्रह रूपन्देही रेडियो अपन मिथिला महोत्तरी रेडियो अनुग्रह रूपन्देही रेडियो अपन मिथिला महोत्तरी रेडियो अर्घाखाँची रेडियो अर्पण चितवन रेडियो अर्पण चितवन रेडियो अभियान नुवाकोट रेडियो अभियान नुवाकोट रेडियो बाजुरा रेडियो भानुभक्त रेडियो भीमेश्वर दोलखा रेडियो भोरुकावा रेडियो भोरुकावा सप्तरी हजुर रेडियो भीमेश्वर दोलखा भने है मैले रेडियो बुद्ध आवाज कपिल वस्तु हजुर रेडियो छिन्नमस्ता राजविराज रेडियो चितवन एकैछिन रोकौँ, त्यहाँ टेबल अलिकति खाली होस् है। रेडियो चितवनसम्ममा अडेँ है त म एकैछिन। बालकृष्णजी त्यहाँ अलिकति मद्दत गरिदिनु होला है, फेसिलिटेट गरिदिनुहोस् है, धन्यवाद। हस्। एकैछिन त्यहाँ टेबल खाली हुनलाई अड्या छौँ है, एकैछिन। ओके, म सुरु गर्छु है फेरि। रेडियो चोमोलुङमा भोजपुर, रेडियो चोमोलुङमा भोजपुर, रेडियो चुलीमालिका कालीकोट, रेडियो दर्पण महोत्तरी, रेडियो दाउन्ने नवलपरासी, रेडियो देउराली अर्घाखाँची, रेडियो देवदह रूपन्देही, रेडियो देवदह रूपन्देही, रेडियो देवदह तनहु, रेडियो धादिङ धादिङ, रेडियो धादिङ राजारामजी त्यही हुनुहुन्छ, रेडियो धनकुटा अर्जुनजी, रेडियो धनकुटा, रेडियो ध्रुवतारा चितवन, रेडियो ध्रुवतारा चितवन, रेडियो ध्रुवतारा दैलेख, रेडियो ध्रुवतारा सल्यान, रेडियो दिदी बहिनी पर्वत, रेडियो दिदी बहिनीबाट कोही हुनुहुन्छ? हुनुहुन्न। रेडियो डोल्पा, रेडियो गलकोट, रेडियो गणतन्त्र, रेडियो गण्डकी, रेडियो गणतन्त्र एफएम धरान, रेडियो गोर्खा किशोरजी, रेडियो गोर्खा, रेडियो गुरुबाबा पुष्पाजी, रेडियो हाम्रो पहुँच दाङ, रेडियो हाम्रो पहुँच दाङ, रेडियो हाइवे दाङ, रेडियो हाइवे दाङ, रेडियो हिमाल बाँके, रेडियो जागृति मोरङ, रेडियो जलजला रोल्पा, रेडियो जाल्पा नुवाकोट, रेडियो जनकपुर धनुषा, रेडियो जनसञ्चार भक्तपुर सुरेशजी, सुरेशजी हुनुहुन्छ हलमा? ए सुरेशजी। रेडियो जनादेश सुनसरी, रेडियो जीवन ज्योति रौतहट, रेडियो कैलाश हुम्ला, रेडियो कालापानी दार्चुला, रेडियो कपिल वस्तु, रेडियो खाँदबारी, रेडियो कृषि, रेडियो कृषि, रेडियो कृष्णसार एफएम 94 नेपालगञ्ज, रेडियो कृष्णसार एफएम 94 नेपालगञ्ज, रेडियो लालीगुराँस धनकुटा, रेडियो लमजुङ लमजुङ, रेडियो लेखनाथ कास्की, रेडियो लिस्ने आवाज प्युठान, रेडियो लोकतन्त्र धादिङ, रेडियो मदन, रेडियो लोकतन्त्रको हुनुहुन्छ साथी, रेडियो मदन पोखरा पाल्पा, रेडियो मधेस जनआवाज रौतहट, रेडियो मधेस जनआवाज रौतहट, रेडियो मध्य पूर्व काभ्रे, रेडियो मध्य पूर्व काभ्रे, रेडियो मध्य बिन्दु नवलपरासी, रेडियो मधेस जन आवाज, रेडियो मधेस सर्लाही, रेडियो मध्य पश्चिम दाङ, रेडियो महाकाली कञ्चनपुर, रेडियो महिला आवाज प्युठान, रेडियो महिला आवाज दुईचोटि नाम परेछ यहाँ, रेडियो माई एफएम सर्लाही, रेडियो मकालु धनकुटा, रेडियो मकवानपुर, रेडियो मल्लिकार्जुन, मल्लिकार्जुनको नाम दुईचोटि आयो कि क्या हो, रेडियो मनोकामना, रेडियो मनास्लु गोर्खा, रेडियो मर्स्याङदी लमजुङ, रेडियो मेन्छायाम तेह्रथुम, रेडियो मेन्छायाम तेह्रथुन, रेडियो मुगु, रेडियो मुक्ति बुटवल, रेडियो मुक्तिनाथ तानसेन पाल्पा, रेडियो मुस्ताङ, रेडियो नमोबुद्ध काभ्रे जगतजी, रेडियो नारायणी चितवन गोविन्दजी, रेडियो नयाँ कर्णाली, म अब एकछिन रोक्छु है, रेडियो नयाँ कर्णालीमा रोकेँ है मैले। पर्दैन पर्दैन, त्यो कुरा पनि ठिकै हो, सुभाषजीको आइडिया राम्रो लाग्यो मलाई। हजुर हो, नाम पनि भनौँला, तर नेपाली साथीहरू त्यहाँ गएर आफ्नो कार्ड लिन जानुभयो पनि हुन्छ, तर अलिकति भिड छ, एकछिनपछि गइदिनु होला, त्यहाँ अलि हलुका होस्। त्यसो भए नाम चाहिँ पढेर सिध्याइदिउँ क्या अरे सुभाषजी। रेडियो नयाँ नेपाल एफएम, रेडियो नयाँ नेपाल कालीकोट र नयाँ नेपाल एफएम एउटै होला होइन? एउटै हो, एउटा नाम जी। हजुर, रेडियो नेपाल बाणी, रेडियो नेवा एफएम कीर्तिपुर, रेडियो नुन्थर रौतहट, रेडियो पश्चिम टुडे कैलाली, रेडियो पालुङ, रेडियो परासी, रेडियो पर्वत, रेडियो परिवर्तन, रेडियो परिवर्तन बागलुङ, रेडियो परिवर्तन कपिलवस्तु, रेडियो परिवर्तन सुनसरी, रेडियो पौरखी बाजुरा, रेडियो प्रकृति दाङ, रेडियो प्रतिबोध बाँके, रेडियो पुष्पाञ्जली गुल्मी, रेडियो प्युठान, रेडियो रामारोशन, रेडियो रामपुर, रेडियो राप्ती, रेडियो रारा, रेडियो रसुवा, रेडियो रोल्पा, रेडियो रुद्राक्ष, रेडियो सगरमाथा, रेडियो शैलेश सिराहा, रेडियो सैलुङ दोलखा, रेडियो सखी राजविराज, रेडियो शालिग्राम पर्वत, रेडियो समावेशी बुटवल, रेडियो समानता कपिलवस्तु, रेडियो शमशेर बैतडी, रेडियो सन्देश झापा, रेडियो रानीबारी सानीभेरी रुकुम, रेडियो सानीभेरी दुईचोटि आएछ नाम, रेडियो सानीभेरी, रेडियो शमशेर बैतडी, रेडियो सरगम झापा, रेडियो सर्लाही, रेडियो सरयू गंगा, रेडियो स्याङ्जा, रेडियो शैलेश्वरी डोटी, रेडियो सिद्धबाबा सिन्धुली, रेडियो सिमरा, रेडियो सिन्धु, रेडियो सिस्ने, रेडियो स्काई, रेडियो सुदूर आवाज, रेडियो सुनगावा, रेडियो सुनकोशी सिन्धुपाल्चोक, रेडियो सुनकोशी सुर्खेत, रेडियो सुर्खेत एफएम, रेडियो सूर्योदय अर्घाखाँची, रेडियो तमोर ताप्लेजुङ, रेडियो तनहु, रेडियो तराई परासी, रेडियो टिकापुर कैलाली, रेडियो टुडे धनुषा, रेडियो त्रिशुली धादिङ, रेडियो त्रिशुली नुवाकोट, रेडियो धादिङ हो, रेडियो त्रिशुली धादिङ, रेडियो त्रियुगा, रेडियो तुलसीपुर दाङ, रेडियो उदयपुर एफएम, रेडियो उत्तर गंगा रुकुम, रेडियो भोइस कपिलवस्तु, राजदेवी एफएम गौर, रमाइलो सामुदायिक रेडियो ओखलढुङ्गा, रौतहट एफएम रौतहट, रूपन्देही एफएम पनि दोहोरियो, सैपाल एफएम बझाङ, समाद एफएम सिराहा, समग्र एफएम सिराहा, सामुदायिक रेडियो एकता सर्लाही, सामुदायिक रेडियो सुनौ लोक कास्की, सौगात एफएम बैतडी, सेती कम्युनिटी रेडियो बाजुरा, शक्ति एफएम हेटौडा, शारदा एफएम सल्यान, सिन्धु एफएम सिन्धुपाल्चोक, ताप्लेजुङ एफएम ताप्लेजुङ, थ्री एन्जल्स सामुदायिक रेडियो कास्की र त्रिवेणी एफएम डोटी र अन्त्यमा विजय एफएम गैडाकोट। हुनुपर्ने त है, यहाँ थपौँ त, हो त्यही नै हो। दिदी तपाईँ लिन जानुभयो हुन्छ, रेडियो पूर्वाञ्चलको नाम यहाँ छ। हजुर चङ्खिली हो, दुईचोटि आयो, पर्नुहोस् है, म हेर्छु है। के भनेर आयो पहिले, यहाँ चाहिँ के भनेर आयो?
नयाँ नेपाल र के अरे त्रिमालीका भनेर आयो।
हुनुपर्ने चाहिँ कुनलाई चाहिँ नयाँ नेपाल?
नयाँ नेपाल
रेडियो नयाँ नेपाललाई चङ्खिली भन्नु पऱ्यो। नयाँ नेपाल कोही पनि छैन, तपाईँको नाम? ए जजराज। त्यसो भए चङ्खेलीबाट जजराज साई हुनुहुन्छ है? छ, मिस्टेक छ, रिपिटेसन पनि छ। रेडियो कैरनको आएन? कैरन एफएम को नाम यहाँ समावेश गरिएको छ है। नेपाल कैरन एफएम जानु होला, कैरन एफएमबाट। माडी एफएम चितवन भयो, माडी। ओके। साथीहरू जसले कार्ड लिइसक्नु भएको छ आफ्नो सिटमा आइदिनु होला। अब हामी सुरु गर्छौं। Participants, those of you who have taken your cards, please come back to your seats.
Friends, you know, I know we're taxing your patience, but this is a long process. So those of you who have your cards, please do come back and take your seats. Friends, we'll be breaking shortly for tea, so please come back and take your seats now. We have one more call on the agenda. May I request everybody to take their seats, those of you who have your cards.
Bagi teman-teman yang sudah memiliki voting card yang berwarna merah, silakan duduk kembali ke tempat semula. Jadi bagi teman-teman sekali lagi dimohon untuk kembali ke tempat semula karena kita akan melanjutkan lagi sambil beberapa teman masih mendaftar di meja pengambilan voting card.
Shall I? You sure? May I request some of the volunteers to kindly go outside and request everybody to take their seats? If the volunteers could go out and ask the people to come back, please.
Mohon bantuannya teman-teman yang masih di luar untuk bisa kembali karena kita akan segera melanjutkan.
Please take your seats.
Tolong kembali ke tempat masing-masing.
Let me.
Masuk. Ya. Bantu ngambil. Because the other agenda in the next sometimes we feel it's cheap, but sometimes always expensive. 20 loh. Kalau JRK, tadi ngomongin JRK soalnya. Jadi jangan di ini kan, tadi nggak ada informasi saya yang minta kopi 20. Jadi kalau misalnya ternyata kurang dari 20, silakan kopi lagi. Gitu aja. Gini ya, jangan terus ngomong panitia Pak, ini cuma ngopi 20. No, 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 no. Anggap bahwa integrasi ini harus
Sathiru, our participants, we are going to begin now. We'll just have a very short proceeding before we take a break for tea, refreshments. So please come back to your seats. And I will like to, those of our friends who are outside, please come back. We'll break for refreshments in just 5 minutes. Please come back to your seats. So now when something is proposed to the floor, if you agree to that proposition, you just have to raise your cards.
Friends, please take your seats at the back. Volunteers, could you please request everyone to come and return to their seats? I know it's taking a long time. We've almost come to the end of this. We do need your cooperation, friends. Deepak ji, please do come and take your seats. We're going to be starting.
साथीहरु आइदिनुस् कृपया आफ्नो सिटमा बसिदिनुस् अब हामी सुरु गर्न लाग्यौं.
Those of us at the back, those of us outside the room, please come back. We request you to take your seats. We need to carry on with the day's proceedings. Volunteers, I request you once again to please get everybody to return to their seats.
Volunteers, can you please request the participants outside to just come into the hall? We'll be taking a break very shortly. There's just one little issue that we need to resolve, and we'll be done for, we'll be breaking for refreshments. Okay. नेपाली साथीहरु त्यहाँ कार्ड लिन जम्मा हुनुभएका साथीहरु छिटो कार्ड लिएर आइदिनु होला आफ्नो सिटमा. सुभाष जी, सकियो त्यहाँ 5 मिनेट. Imam, can you please ask friends outside to just come in? Okay, okay.
How many more people are left to collect their cards, Imam? Finished? All the cards have been collected, so may I request everyone to please take their seats. Please do take your seats. Baith jaiye. All right, friends, we are now beginning. This is the last day and there is a lot of weightage given for purposes of transparency and accountability. So we really need your cooperation for us to go forward. We have actually run short of time. We've cross-cut into tea time. So what I propose right now is we finish off one small but important part. Now that you have your voting cards, you have all seen the agenda. I repeat, does anyone have any concerns about the agenda? If there are no concerns, no questions, then I request someone to move the motion that we adopt the agenda. Suhas? So we have Suhas moving and Raymond seconding. So the motion is approved unanimously. I mean, let's have a round of applause, folks. This is AMARC. That's great. Okay. Terrific. And now, friends, because we've run short for time, I propose, with your patience, we have a very quick, short tea break, 10 to 15 minutes. No? Oh, I thought we were going to do that just after tea. Oh, okay. Sorry. I take your wisdom. Sure. Okay. So let's move then in sequence. Suman, could you share with us the list of attendance, the apologies, and list of proxies? Right. Sorry. Yeah.
So, I think we've...
Just the list of proxies.
Yeah. No, not the proxies.
Oh.
Just the new members, right? Yeah. Okay. Board members who are not here? No. Okay. I don't have the proxies with me. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, first of all, regarding apologies, there are none. I have not received any formal apologies from any of our members for not attending the conference. So, okay. Okay. And number two, if there are any proxies being handed out, I have not received them. So, I am not aware of any proxies. Has anybody given any proxies? Bianca has raised her hand.
I have been given proxies, and I'm waiting for the verification of those proxies. And as soon as they will be verified, they can get the voting cards. There has been one proxy that has been verified already.
Okay. So how many proxies do we have, Bianca, for verification?
I don't know. I think 4.
4. So that shouldn't take very long. So do you think we can?
You don't have to wait for that. I will announce you as soon as these proxies are. And I don't know why we have to. Why this is
Yeah, it's okay. They have to be verified.
That's not an issue on the agenda. We should accept the new members now, because then they can vote.
Right. Okay. So the new members. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Okay, but
So
I would like to call on the friend from Nepal who came to me to hand over proxies, that he comes with the proof that these proxies have been assigned to him so that I can sign it. I have been shown more proxy forms, but they were not having a signature of the one who designated the proxies. So.
कुन साथीले दिनुभएको बिहानकालाई प्रक्सीको लिस्ट नेपालबाट? हजुर?
Ya, bagi yang membawa proxy vote untuk teman-teman Indonesia, kalau ada anggota di luar anggota AMARC yang tidak hadir hari ini tapi perwakilannya diberikan kepada Anda, silahkan mengisi segera, ada formulir di sana untuk proxy vote dan memberikan kepada Bianca untuk diverifikasi dan disetujui.
So नेपालबाट बिहानकालाई प्रक्सी दिनुहुने साथी को हो? कसले दिनुभएको प्रक्सी? एकचोटि कृपया अगाडि आइदिनु होला, बिहानकासँग भेटिदिनु होला। अर्जुनजीले हो? होइन? ओ सरोजजीले। सरोजजी, तपाईलाई कठघरामा उभ्याउने भयो यहाँ अब। That's him. Yes, Bianca, that's Sarojji.
Is it okay now?
Right. So, okay, thank you very much, Bianca. So we have only one proxy vote, and this proxy is from ISIS International, Manila, Philippines, a voting member of AMARC, which was originally represented by Bianca, but since Bianca has become an election officer, she is handing over this vote to Mary Carlin from Radio Sagada, from Philippines as well. So,
one proxy vote.
One proxy vote.
Only one proxy vote, friends.
Any objections to this? Do we need a motion?
No, I don't think we
Bianca, do we need a motion?
Do we need a motion for this? No.
No. Okay. And, or maybe we can just have a motion for the entire membership issue. Because there are two new members. Yeah, but we haven't yet come to. Oh, okay.
All right, we now have some other quick business. We just need the adoption. The Seoul Declaration and the Seoul Minutes were ratified at our last Regional Assembly in Seoul, South Korea in 2013. We would need to adopt those minutes. This is a formal procedure. If there are no objections, can I request for a motion to be moved on this? Right? There are no objections. I have any objections? You have no? Ray, would you like to move? Propose? So Ray is proposing for the adoption of the minutes. Do we have a seconder? We don't have a seconder? We have Nimi from India. Okay, seconder. So the motion is, so the adoption of the AP Regional Assembly of Seoul 2013 minutes have been adopted. Thank you. Right now, Bianca, we take your point. Let's discuss the new membership applications and approval or rejection. Suman, if I could request you to go through this.
Sure. there are only 2 new applications that we have received. One is of Arif Sikdar from Radio Bikrampur from Bangladesh. Arif, Bhai, can you please make yourself seen by...
Arif Bhai? Arif Bhai is here from Bangladesh.
He was here a short while ago.
Is Arif Bhai outside by any chance?
Okay, that's Arif. Arif. So that's Arif from Bikrampur. He's applied on behalf of his radio station for a membership, voting membership of AMARC. And we have Radio Sanjha, represented by Mr. Manmohan Singh from India. Manmohanji, if you could you
Stand
please?
up, Manmohanji.
That's Manmohanji. And thank you, Manmohanji. We are just putting this forward to the assembly. Oh, there are more coming. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, there are more. I'm sorry. The whole box was there, was it?
Yes. Okay. 150 new applications.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, only
we have a lot more applications.
150 applications.
Wow.
So please, we'll finish this by lunch. No. There aren't so many. Sorry. We just, we don't want to. PECOZON, the Peace and Conflict Journalism Network, this institute, represented by Charlie Saceda. We've been hearing about this institute a lot this time. Charlie's over there. Charlie's raising his hands over there. Friends, if you need to know who Charlie is, there he is. And PECOZON, as its name clarifies, it works in the peace and conflict journalism sector. It's a network of peace and conflict journalists and media workers. Secondly, we have the name of the applicant is not written here. Oh, Imam, I think this is from Indonesia, but it doesn't say who it is. So I'll just keep this aside.
Wait a minute.
Okay, can you please take a look at this?
Imam, if you could, I request you to come here if you're...
This one also doesn't have any name. Yeah, we'll just
wait a minute, Suman.
Okay.
There is still several applications not finalized yet.
Okay, in that case, shall we just take a break for tea maybe and come back?
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Okay.
No, so what we're saying right now is when we reassemble after tea, all the new applications should be ready.
Okay.
So that's what we said earlier. We said we take a 15-minute break for tea. So if we just stay with 15 minutes, so we go back to what would be proposed earlier. We break now for 15 minutes and we assemble around 11:30.
Yeah.
Okay. 11:35. We'll assemble at 11:35 after tea. Thanks for your patience, folks. This is important. We have to actually finalize the list of new members. When we meet back, by that time the list should be ready.
Yeah.
Right?
Buat aplikasi baru, sekali lagi buat aplikasi baru, tolong dalam waktu 10 menit sudah bisa dikumpulkan ke saya karena akan segera dibawa ke depan meja. Ini sambil break, dalam waktu 10 menit diusahakan, karena setelah itu akan ditutup. Karena klarifikasi. aplikasi yang baru masih ditunggu 1 menit di saya. Kalau masih ada yang mau memasukkan. Oke, ini yang terakhir sudah di close. Teman-teman terutama yang dari Indonesia, aplikasinya masih akan dicek ulang karena ternyata banyak yang formnya yang tidak diisi. Ini akan sulit untuk mengklarifikasi. Jadi saya akan melakukan cek ulang. Ini butuh kecepatan, jadi mohon teman-teman yang tadi mengisi untuk standby di ruangan ini. Tolong Kang Iman bisa memberitahu teman-teman di luar yang tadi mengisi aplikasi, karena akan dicek. Tadi ditemukan sebagian formnya tidak lengkap diisi, terutama nama radionya. So, the new application forms found it that some of them is not clear information. So we have to check one by one. And this is need more times, and we hope someone who already submit the new application should be in this room. Then we can check again, and the persons who submit can directly communicate with us to complete the form.
We need a little bit of space, please. Sorry. I'm sorry. No, we're doing it now. Sorry, you have something urgent? He's helping you? Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, this has
name?
Yeah, his name. This does not have name. This does not have name. This does not have name. This has no, it doesn't have name. Purwanti is the name, person's name. This also Kadame. Kadame is okay. Okay. Who is this?
I think from India. I did.
No.
Oh, no, it's Philippines.
Philippines?
Yes.
Philippines, who is this?
Ilang.
Ilang Ilang, are you here? Ilang Ilang, can you please come, please? Pekojan. And Pekojan, Charlie? Ilang Ilang, your form is not complete. Who wants to become a
biar beberapa teman dari Indonesia, ada beberapa yang kurang lengkap. Saya undang saja Rakomitra FM. Kurang. Widya Pesona FM. Kairuniza. Anis Purwanti. Hamdani.
मेरो कलम तपाईसँग हो मेरो होइन है त्यो
Belum ada namanya. Hamdani. Ini belum apa nama ininya? Ini bukan individu, jadi harus radionya atau organisasinya. Ini kosong, nggak bisa dipakai. Bukan. Orang yang sudah bekerja di RKI atau combine atau sama ini nama aplikasinya bukan. Ada dua Anis Purwanti. Ini nama radionya. Radionya apa tuh? Oh, tadi enggak masuk. Khairunisa? 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 Enggak tahu dari radio mana ini? Iya, justru karena nggak ada. Nggak, ini kontak informasinya memang benar, tapi nama radionya yang nggak ada. Boleh saya pegang dulu? Ini Nes, ini organisasinya. Organisasinya apa? Organisasi atau radionya? Ini organisasi atau radio? Widya Pesona. Widya Pesona FM. Widya Pesona FM. Bapak Komang Arya Ganaris. Organisasi yang menjadi anggota AMARC existing yang bisa menggaransi JRKI apa gitu. Nama organisasi. Iskandar, Pak Iskandar, Pak Is.
Pak Is.
Ini nama organisasi radionya apa? Ini JRK. Oke, JRK. Di sini yang menggaransi siapa? Organisasi juga. Bisa JRK, bisa radio, bisa. Deman?
Kang Deman.
Oh iya, organisasi baru. Terus namanya apa? Radionya apa? Atau apa? Ya, ini ini apa nih? Radio Erbamba. Nah, ini diisi Erbamba apa? Radio Erbamba FM. Itu aja? Tadi terima food, terima kargo nggak? Oh ya sudah. Tridharma. Oke. Ini kontak personnya Tridharma. Oh enggak, namanya. Ya maksudnya Tridharma terus ada nama orangnya siapa? Terus boleh sendiri. Boleh namanya sendiri. Pasang di sini. Oke. Sulawesi Tenggara ya.
Ini aja. Erbamba.
Uniyet. Oh iya, iya, yang mana? Iya, coba dicek aja. Rocky, Bang Rocky, Tarigan.
Batu.
Mau dikasih dulu soalnya, yang harus diganti yang mana? Rocky Tarigan.
Sumatera Utara.
Iya.
Minum kopi sana mungkin ya.
Enggak, maksudnya nanti dia nggak tahu apa yang harus diperbaiki. Ini new. Oke. Radio ini mana ya? Mahfud Rakom which one? Mahfud Samsul Ambon Kreatif FM. Mahfud Komunidade Lowong Batu tadi udah nih. Tadi udah ngambil.
Mungkin dia ambil.
Tapi Rocky yang di sini tuh Rocky. Hah? Ah iya. Ini.
Mana dia? Kegerangan. Satu saya.
Friends, can we have you seated? We're now ready to start. Once again, please come back. Those outside, please do take your seats. Ansari ji, please come. Dr. Ujit, please.
Ini
Supinia.
Mahfud. Oke. Yang mau didaftarkan apa?
Please come and take your seats.
Oh, not yet. No. No, you can't have that yet. No, later.
Ini sudah. Oh no. They already have.
Yeah.
But he just want to take back because it's already.
All right, I think we've already, considerable time has gone by. We need to start. So those of you who are in the room, please take your seats. Let's begin right now. So, friends, in order to save some time, because considerable time has lapsed, and because the list of new members is quite large, we requested the board to go through them over here. They have ratified them. They are all all eligible. What we now need is to actually move a motion proposing and seconding. So do we have a proposer for this? So thank you, Ray. We have a proposer. Thank you again, friend. And a seconder? We don't have anyone to second the motion? Ah, thank you. So, Suman, do you know who? And thank you, Ji. Thank you. So we have a mover, a proposer, and a seconder, and the motion is passed. Thank you very much. Now, the list of the new members, this is very important, is now with the lady at the end of the room over there. Shane, would the list be with her? Or they would be given to Gopi ji?
Oh, okay. Mbak Dicha.
Calling Bagicha.
Dicha.
Sorry, Dicha.
Okay.
Right. So Dicha has the list. Shane Elson has just given Dicha the list. So those new members who have submitted their names and their lists who are here, we request you to go to Dicha to sign and collect your voting cards. May I request those new members who are here to go to Dicha, the list is with her, sign and collect their voting cards.
Friends, Friends, there are 3 radios from Nepal, 3 applicants who applied in Kathmandu, not over here. So their forms are not here, and these are Satyavani FM, Radio Jiri, and Radio Srinagar. So I would request Dicha to give out the forms to these 3 Nepali radios also. Yeah, that's done. Radio Satyavani, Radio Jiri, and Radio Srinagar. Yes, thank you.
So could we request those representatives to come and collect their voting cards from Dicha? Yeah?
Sorry, Aziz?
Yes,
Can
Imam.
I
Please.
invite Radio Comunidade mau bise Timor-Leste? Radio Comunidade mau bise Timor-Leste? Anyone? You have to complete your form, application form. Radio Comunidade mau bise.
So may we move on now? Shane, is this done? Could we move on? Yeah.
Yeah, only one Timor-Leste.
Only one is left. Eko Suroso? We have a few more, friends. I've just been reminded, I've just been told we have a few more to complete, so we still have to wait.
Eko Suroso? Eko Suroso? Tidak ada? Eko Suroso? Radio dan ini kosong juga ini. Ini ada lagi yang kosong semua. M Hidayat, ini daftar apa iki? Kok individual? Individual? Daftar individual?
Ini coret tadi. Ini coret.
Namanya, terus ini organisasi dua. Siapa yang mengendorse?
Shane, can we move on to your presentation now?
Dua orang.
Hah? Iya. JRKI atau apa? Organisasi dari mana? JRKI. Ada dua. Itu ada satu, ada dua. Another is Radio Comunidade Lowo. It's difficult to pronounce. Lowo Tidar or Timor Leste. Reinaldo Oliveira from Timor Leste. Mas Reinaldo dari Timor Leste. Anyone? Radio Comunidade Loera, Reinaldo Oliveira. Presado tolong dipanggil. Timor Leste, radio ini nih nggak tahu ini saya manggilnya. Oh, nah, ini agak dijelasin ya. Oke. Agak dijelasin ini kontak, terus nama organisasi yang mengendorse. Namanya perlu dijelaskan. Nama iya. Oke. Bagi teman-teman yang sudah memegang kartu merah, voting card-nya, itu artinya organisasi Anda sudah terdaftar, jadi tidak perlu mengisi lagi. Karena ini yang belum terdaftar dan harus mengisi. Let me check first ya. Benar, mau bisi ya. Ini tolong diisi. Organisasi yang Mas Sinam. Mas Sinam. Ini ada teman yang mau minta garansi sama JRKI dari Timor Leste. Iya, satu lagi selain JRKI, satu lagi ada 2 organisasi yang perlu untuk di-endorse. Thank you ya. Oke. Yes. Oke. Oke. Rifki Suara Kota. Voting card. Timor Leste. Kartu. Colleague from Timor Leste to take voting card here. There is 3 new application from Timor Leste. Could you take the voting card here? Teman-teman dari Timor Leste, ada 3 organisasi. Silahkan maju ke depan untuk mengambil voting card. Friends from Timor Leste, Presado. Presado, Timor Leste. Anyone here in this room from Timor Leste? No one? Oh my God. Coba dicek yang JRK Lampung ini ada. Presado, tolong teman dari Timor Leste yang tadi barusan mendaftar diminta datang untuk mengambil voting card. Ada 3 radio di sini. Arkatel dan 2 radio, silakan. Satu-satu ya, satu organisasi, satu orang yang ngurus. Bilang. Tadi buat tadi barusan enggak. Ini dari mana? Arkatel itu yang kemarin. Di sini dari yang di JRK semua ada. Ya, ini Arkatel, ini ya. Gimana Mel?
Radio Pemudare, siapa Pemudare? Arkatel, oke.
Kekelengan, Ermediate. Hah? Pekojon. Pekojon. Mbak, ya. Kok bisa hilang? Hilang ya Mbak? Bang Rekro. Hah? Ya JRK yang lain semua ada. Sanja Radio India. Oh ya. But he already wrote.
Yeah, I just.
Karena yang didaftarin yang kemarin ini sebetulnya yang JRK. Malah JRK-nya hilang. So the new application now will be closed. No more application will be accepted. Sekarang semua aplikasi sudah ditutup, tidak ada lagi aplikasi yang akan dipertimbangkan untuk masuk. Peko John?
So friends, I hope you are clear with what Imamji has said, that no new applications will be entertained now. All the application process has been now completed. Everyone has their voting cards. Everyone has their voting cards? Oh, fantastic. That's great. Okay, a round of applause for everybody. So now, without any further ado, please do take your seats. I now request Shane Elson. Shane, would you please come and present the final recommendations for the Yogyakarta Declaration, please? Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just waiting for the computer to boot up. And
yeah, so while the computer boots up, that gives everyone their time to take their seats. Please take your seats. Friends at the back, I know you can keep carrying on sharing your selfies. You can do that later. Please take your seats.
That's supposed to be Cambodia, no?
Cambodia, no. No, China. Not Cambodia.
Yeah, you're supposed to be Cambodia.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
do not
for the proxy, he has to fill in this form and that's it.
because I don't hear the other option.
What do you need?
My organization name and my contact. Mr. Soman
Right, friends, we're ready to begin. Over to Shane for the presentation and the final recommendations of the Yogyakarta Declaration. So we have Shane's got the presentation on slide. Yeah, over to you, Shane.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience. The drafting committee, as you will recall, was formed on the first day. Nominations from the floor were requested, and we have a list of people who formed that committee. My name is Shane Elson. I'm from Australia, and I would like to thank, on behalf of the membership, the committee for their work so far. They have one more task to do before we present the complete document this afternoon. Do I need to allow time for translation?
Yes.
Yep. Me?
Imam
I
is
translate. Oke. Ya, ini adalah daftar teman-teman di peserta AMARC hari konferensi saat ini yang menjadi bagian dari panitia perumusan draft Yogyakarta Declaration. Beliau adalah Shane Elson dari Australia yang mengkoordinasikan penyusunan ini.
Thank you. If the committee are in the room, if you could stand up, please. Shah Ansari, Mary, Soda, Sapinya, Aaron Rai, Anna. If you're here, if the committee could stand up, please. If you could stand up.
Panitia silakan berdiri. Panitia penyusunan.
Thank you. Their work has been going on behind the scenes. They have had input into the drafting. They have taken feedback from the membership. And people have approached me independently, and we have done our best to incorporate into the declaration the wishes of the membership.
Ya, jadi ini adalah teman-teman panitia yang bekerja di balik layar, yang menyusun draft ini. Jadi ini statusnya masih draft, yang akan dipresentasikan sebentar lagi oleh Shane. Diharapkan teman-teman jika masih merasa ada input yang perlu ditambahkan, dipersilahkan. Jadi input bisa disampaikan ketika Shane selesai mempresentasikan. Jadi dia akan mempresentasikan sebagian-sebagian ini.
Sorry, just some technical considerations underway. Just try and make this as big as we can. I understand that it may be a bit difficult for those at the rear of the room.
Can those who are in the rear seats, can those in the rear seats read?
Arjun? You can see that?
Okay,
Arjun?
thank you.
You can see that? Oh, a bit.
Too small.
Ada di antara teman-teman yang nggak bisa membaca ini atau terlalu sulit, terlalu kecil?
Okay, that's good. That's good. We'll keep moving. Okay. As I explained on the first day, the
yang di belakang, yang di belakang kelihatan nggak? Jadi kalau teman-teman yang di luar kursi ini, yang di belakang memang tidak akan kelihatan. Jadi silahkan ke depan, silahkan, di depan masih banyak kursi. Nah, pertanyaan saya, Nur, lihat nggak, kebaca nggak? Oke. Clear? Oke.
Thank you. Working cooperatively, we can overcome any problem that confronts us. A practical demonstration of the power of community radio. On the opening day, I made mention, and we talked a little bit about the purpose of the declaration. The purpose of the declaration is to remind us of who we are and the work we're attempting to do as community radio broadcasters, and also to communicate with those outside, those who may be our friends, donor organisations, any organisation or individual who may be interested in our work and who may want to align themselves with the work that we're attempting to undertake.
Okay.
So these phrases embody the wishes, the desires, the hopes and the feelings of the members here at the 4th Regional Assembly.
Ya, jadi deklarasi ini kira-kira bertujuan untuk memberitahukan kepada publik di luar teman-teman yang hadir di dalam konferensi AMARC keempat ini tentang siapa kita, siapa AMARC dan anggota AMARC, dan apa sebenarnya perhatian kita terhadap radio komunitas, peran radio komunitas di lingkungan kita masing-masing nanti. Jadi di masing-masing negara.
More technical difficulties. What I'll do is I will read out each paragraph, and if the meeting is in agreement, then we'll move on. If you want to make a contribution from the floor, then please raise your hand or stand up and we'll get a microphone to you so that we can include your contribution. Just one note on how this is structured at the moment.
Oke. Jadi saya akan bacakan paragraf demi paragraf. Setiap paragraf, jika ada teman-teman yang ingin memberikan masukan, silahkan angkat tangan atau berdiri. Nanti mic akan datang kepada Anda dan Anda sampaikan ke forum ini.
Thank you. In consideration of the statements that we're about to read, we're keeping it fairly broad. But there may be an issue that is relevant to your community radio, your immediate community, or your country that you feel is a really pressing issue that we must include in the declaration. For instance, in the past, there were the murder of a number of journalists just prior to the Regional Assembly, and that was a statement was included in the declaration condemning the government for not protecting journalists and giving them their rights. So there may be something like that. Keep that in mind, please.
Jadi yang juga penting diperhatikan, deklarasi ini bersifat global. Ya, deklarasi ini bersifat global, artinya menyeluruh untuk apa yang dirasakan keseluruhan peserta anggota AMARC Asia Pasifik. Namun demikian, jika ada hal-hal yang dirasa penting, yang itu datang dari radio komunitas, atau anggota atau negara anggota AMARC Asia Pasifik, silahkan diusulkan untuk dimasukkan. Sebagai contoh, isu yang terjadi di radio komunitas atau di satu negara, tetapi itu akan punya impact cukup besar bagi kelangsungan. Misalnya teman-teman penyiar radio komunitas atau radio komunitas itu sendiri. Pada periode sebelum ini ada usulan yang menarik yang sebenarnya hanya terjadi di satu negara. Misalnya tentang pembunuhan wartawan-wartawan atau jurnalis-jurnalis di Filipina yang perlu menjadi perhatian karena tidak ada perhatian dari pemerintah. Waktu itu kalau saya tidak keliru, Raymond yang mengusulkan dari Filipina. Nah, jadi semacam itu. Tapi bukan hal yang kecil hanya terjadi di satu radio komunitas, tapi tidak kira-kira itu akan berimpact kepada atau berdampak kepada radio komunitas yang lain, bahkan di luar tempat kita.
Thank you. So without further ado, the opening paragraph. The member organisations of AMARC Asia Pacific, aspirant members, supporters and donors gathered at the 4th World Association of Community Radio Broadcasters Asia Pacific Regional Assembly in Yogyakarta, Republic of Indonesia during November 2018. That is why we are here. With regard for our differences and diversity, but by acknowledging our common aims and aspirations, we hereby reaffirm our belief.
Ya, kira-kira boleh dinaikin lagi? Ya. Member organisasi AMARC Asia Pasifik, pendukung dan donor jika ada yang hadir, yang berkumpul di dalam konferensi ini yang sekarang ada di tempat ini dengan memperhatikan perbedaan masing-masing kita, differences dan diversity, keragaman kita, tetapi tetap mengakui pandangan umum bersama dan aspirasi, kira-kira common aims and aspiration dan tujuan bersama, kita mereafirmasi pandangan kita atau kepercayaan kita terhadap, lanjut.
That the right to information and freedom of expression is fundamental in ensuring other rights and freedoms. That everyone has a right to life with dignity and to be recognized and affirmed.
Ya, bahwa hak untuk mendapatkan informasi dan kebebasan berekspresi adalah basic atau fundamental dasar yang memastikan bahwa terjadinya hak dan kebebasan itu sendiri. Dan kemudian bahwa setiap orang punya hak untuk hidup dan kepercayaan diri yang perlu diketahui atau dikenal dan diafirmasi.
That freedom of thought, expression and information, as well as diversity of the media, enable cultural, ethnic, religious, social, class, caste, disabled, gendered or sexual, political and age-appropriate expressions to flourish.
Bahwa kebebasan berpikir, berekspresi dan mendapatkan informasi, juga keberagaman media di dalam kebudayaan, etnik, agama, sosial, kelas, kasta, disabilities, kelompok difabel, gender atau perbedaan seksualitas, politik, dan umur yang mengekspresikan artinya kebebasan ini untuk mengekspresikan secara lebih luas.
That as communities, thank you. Somebody's trying to call us. They have some input they want to give. That as communities and individuals, people have the right to self-determination and freedom from oppression, discrimination and fear. That community radio can play a central role in the development and sustainability of resilient communities by facilitating communication and discussion within, between and beyond those communities.
Oke. Boleh dinaikin dikit? Tadi mana ya? Oh, that. Sebagai komunitas dan juga individual, orang memiliki hak untuk membatasi diri dan freedom of operation, kebebasan untuk bebas dari penindasan, diskriminasi dan ketakutan. Bahwa radio komunitas dapat memainkan peran penting di dalam pengembangan dan keberlanjutan masyarakat tangguh. Ya, kita sebutkan resilient community itu adalah masyarakat tangguh dengan memfasilitasi komunikasi dan diskusi baik di dalam, di antara, atau justru di luar dari komunitas itu sendiri.
In reaffirming these beliefs, so what we have just made some statements about is what we believe as community radio stations and practitioners. So in reaffirming these beliefs, we acknowledge the diversity of opportunities and challenges that confront community radios and communications practitioners across the region. We are aware that natural and human-induced disasters negatively impact the social, cultural, economic and political structures of our members' countries.
Untuk mereafirmasi keyakinan di atas, kami mengakui perbedaan dari kesempatan dan tantangan yang dikonfrontasi ke radio komunitas dan pelaku-pelaku komunikasi antar region, jadi antar wilayah, antar negara, antar wilayah. Kami juga menyadari bahwa natural dan human induced bencana alam dan bencana manusia yang berakibat negatif terhadap sosial, kebudaya, ekonomi, dan struktur politik di masing-masing anggota, masing-masing negara anggota.
We consider that in some members' countries, indigenous peoples, women, children, older people, people with diverse sexual orientation and gender identities, people with disabilities, Dalit communities, migrants, refugees, displaced people, the stateless, the trafficked, and religious and ethnic minorities are marginalized and denied basic human rights.
Kami juga mempertimbangkan bahwa ada beberapa anggota countries, negara yang terdapat masyarakat adat, perempuan, anak-anak, orang tua, orang dengan perbedaan keragaman seksual dan identitas gender, orang dengan disability, dengan difabel, Dalit, komunitas Dalit, ini ada hanya di India biasanya. Ini orang yang dengan kasta yang dianggap kasta yang paling rendah, migran, pengungsi, dan displaced people ini biasa disebut penyintas, ya, orang yang berpindah tempat karena di tempat lokal. The stateless, orang yang tidak punya kewarganegaraan. The traffic, ini korban trafficking. Dan kelompok-kelompok agama dan ethnic minorities yang termarginalkan dan kesampingkan di dalam hak-hak dasar human rights. What is? HAM. Okay.
We recognize that in some countries there is no legislative framework to enable the creation, development and sustainability of community radio stations, or where there is legal status for community radio stations, they and community radio practitioners and journalists are not afforded natural justice or protection from damage, persecution, injury, assault or injury.
Kami juga mengenal bahwa di beberapa negara belum ada skema kebijakan yang memungkinkan terjadinya kreativitas, development pengembangan, dan keberlanjutan bagi stasiun-stasiun radio komunitas, apakah itu terkait dengan status hukum dari radio komunitas, mereka dan praktisi radio-radio komunitas, dan juga jurnalis yang tidak dapat not afford the natural justice. Oke. Yang tidak dapat perlindungan hukum dan juga proteksi dari kerusakan, persekusi, dan injure dan ya kira-kira itu deh. Penganiayaan. Oke.
that lead.
Oh, okay.
That many and varied challenges impact on our communities and hinder, restrict, or obstruct them as they try to build resilience for the betterment of all people in those communities.
Makin susah nih. Dan beberapa variasi tantangan, dampak dari tantangan di dalam komunitas kita, and hinder, dan yang merintangi, merestriksi, membatasi, ataupun yang mencoba untuk menyetop mereka seperti mereka mencoba dan mengembangkan resilience, ketangguhan untuk situasi yang lebih baik of all people, bagi semua orang di dalam komunitas masing-masing.
Taking into account these considerations and recognizing the valuable role of community radio can, sorry, my grammar in this sentence was not very good, I will fix it. Taking into account these considerations and recognizing the valuable role of community radio, the valuable role that community radio can play in furthering human development and the expression of and support for human rights, we, the participants of the 4th Regional Assembly of the World Association of Community Radio Broadcasters, Asia Pacific, hereby.
Dengan mencoba mengambil pertimbangan-pertimbangan di atas, tadi yang sudah disampaikan, dan merecognize nilai-nilai peran-peran yang penting, peran-peran yang berharga dari radio komunitas yang dapat memainkan peran yang lebih jauh tentang pengembangan kemanusiaan, human development, dan juga ekspresi dan juga mendukung hak asasi manusia. Kami peserta Regional Assembly dari AMARC Asia Pasifik yang keempat, dengan ini
resolve to strengthen our regional network by developing and deepening our interactions and ties with each other, AMARC International, regional, intergovernmental bodies, donor organisations and supporters, national associations and the United Nations organisations. We hereby renew our commitment to work with each other, regional and global intergovernmental bodies, the United Nations and other relevant NGOs in developing strategies and programs focusing on achieving the Sustainable Development Goals as described in the United Nations Resolution 70/1 2030 Agenda.
Ya. Tadi hirbainya dilanjutkan dengan mencoba meyakinkan kembali untuk memperkuat jaringan regional kita dengan mengembangkan dan memperdalam interaksi kita dan juga ikatan antar kita, antar masing-masing, AMARC Internasional, lembaga-lembaga antar pemerintah di level regional, ASEAN dan sebagainya itu, kemudian organisasi donor dan pendukungnya, asosiasi nasional, dan juga organisasi-organisasi di dalam lingkup PBB. Kemudian kita juga memperbarui komitmen kita untuk bekerja with each other, dengan setiap pihak, baik di level regional dan juga lembaga-lembaga antar pemerintah di tingkat global, PBB, dan juga relevan atau NGO-NGO yang relevan di dalam pengembangan strategi dan program yang difokuskan untuk mencapai Sustainable Development Goals atau tujuan pembangunan berkelanjutan yang sudah didistribusikan di dalam Piagam United PBB, resolusi Piagam PBB nomor 70 strip 1 tentang agenda SDGs 2030.
We hereby recognize the importance of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction as endorsed by the UN General Assembly in 2015 and resolve to continue to develop strategies, programs and training opportunities for community radio stations to be better equipped to participate in disaster planning, mitigation, response and recovery resulting from natural and human-induced climate change and natural and human-induced disasters.
Kita juga mengakui hal penting di dalam framework Sendai. Sendai itu nama kota di Jepang yang merilis tentang disaster risk reduction. Sendai framework dari disaster risk reduction yang di-endorse oleh United General Assembly PBB di tahun 2015 dan mencoba menyelesaikan kembali dan melanjutkan untuk mengembangkan strategi, program dan juga peluang-peluang peningkatan kapasitas bagi stasiun radio komunitas untuk menjadi lebih baik di dalam partisipasinya di dalam kebencanaan. Perencanaan, mitigasi, respon, dan juga proses pemulihan baik yang disebabkan oleh perubahan iklim alam maupun perubahan iklim yang dibatkan oleh manusia dan juga dengan bencana alam maupun bencana yang disebabkan oleh manusia.
We hereby renew our endorsement of and call for the implementation of Article 16 of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, which reaffirms the right of Indigenous peoples to establish their own community radio stations in their own languages and have access to non-Indigenous community radio without discrimination.
Memperbaharui kembali endorsement kita dan juga mengundang kembali atau call for menghubungkan dengan implementasi dari artikel 16 dari United Nations Declaration on the Right of Indigenous People. Jadi dari deklarasi PBB tentang hak-hak masyarakat adat yang direafirmasi dengan hak-hak masyarakat adat untuk mendirikan radio komunitas mereka sendiri dan dengan menggunakan bahasa-bahasa mereka sendiri dan memiliki akses kepada radio komunitas di luar mereka tanpa diskriminasi.
We hereby resolve to create spaces on the airwaves for Indigenous peoples, refugees, displaced people, the stateless, the trafficked and diverse and marginalised voices, irrespective of cultural, ethnic, religious, social, class, caste, disability, gender or sexual or political identification or age.
Menguatkan kembali di dalam mengcreate ruang di airwaves, gelombang suara, gelombang frekuensi bagi masyarakat adat, pengungsi, penyintas, dan penyintas, warga negara tanpa negara, korban trafficking, dan suara-suara dari kelompok marginal dan juga yang berbeda. Kemudian irrespective of culture, kebudayaan, etnik, dan agama-agama, sosial, kelas, kasta, disability yang terpinggirkan atau belum diakui, gender dan seksual, atau juga identitas politik dan umur.
We reaffirm our endorsement of and commitment to implementing the AMARC gender policy for community radio and incorporate gender equality in all areas of community radio activity.
Mereaffirmasi endorsement kita dan juga komitmen untuk mengimplementasikan kebijakan gender AMARC di dalam radio komunitas. Jadi kita sudah menerbitkan gender policy sebenarnya yang sudah diterjemahkan juga di dalam bahasa Indonesia dan menginkorporasi gender equality, kesetaraan gender di semua area di dalam aktivitas radio komunitas. Nah, jadi ini artinya nih teman-teman juga diharapkan mengikuti di dalam operasional radio komunitas, mengikuti nilai-nilai tentang kesetaraan gender di dalam seluruh aktivitas radionya.
We resolve to abide by the provisions of the UNHRC Resolution 32/2, Protection Against Violence and Discrimination based on Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity, and develop in cooperation with local gender diverse and LGBTIQ communities policies, procedures and programming that breaks the silence on and addresses, quote, the multiple intersecting and aggravated forms of violence and discrimination faced by persons on the basis of their sexual orientation and gender identity.
Memutuskan untuk mengamati kembali by the provision of the UN, apa yang disediakan di dalam resolusi UNHRC nomor 32/2 tentang proteksi atas kekerasan dan diskriminasi berdasarkan orientasi seksual dan identitas gender, dan mencoba mengembangkan kerjasama dengan with local gender masyarakat local gender diverse, kelompok keragaman gender di lokal dan masyarakat LGBTQ, kebijakan, prosedur dan juga program-program yang dapat memecahkan break the silence and on silence. Break the silence dan memecahkan kebungkaman dan juga yang diadreskan kepada multiple interseksi dan aggravated dan juga kekerasan yang sesuatu yang menyebabkan menjadi kekerasan, bentuk-bentuk kekerasan atas violence, what is violence? Kekerasan dan diskriminasi yang dihadapi oleh person-person yang berbasis orientasi seksual yang berbeda dan identitas gender.
We hereby commit to abiding by the principles set out in the 2014 World Youth Conference, Colombo Declaration on Youth, Mainstreaming Youth in the Post-2015 Development Agenda, and create, develop and implement strategies to empower youth to participate in all aspects of community radio training, programming, planning and management.
Okay. untuk lebih, which one? Komit untuk mempertahankan prinsipal yang sudah di-setup tentang di dalam konferensi konferensi pemuda dunia tahun 2014 dalam deklarasi pemuda di Kolombo tentang pengarusutamaan anak muda di dalam agenda development agenda post 2000 setelah 2015 dan menciptakan, mengembangkan dan mengimplementasikan strategi untuk memperkuat memberdayakan anak muda untuk berpartisipasi di dalam semua aspek di dalam pelatihan-pelatihan, pemrograman, perencanaan dan manajemen radio komunitas.
We hereby reaffirm our commitment to support the establishment of community radios in conflict areas as a means of peace building and reconciliation, and call upon governments to ensure protection for community radio practitioners and infrastructure.
Mereafirmasi komitmen kita kembali untuk mensupport pendirian radio komunitas di wilayah konflik, yang itu berarti tentang pengembangan peace building. Peace building is membangun perdamaian dan rekonsiliasinya, juga mengundang pemerintah untuk memastikan adanya perlindungan bagi pelaku-pelaku radio komunitas dan juga sarananya, peralatan-peralatannya.
We commit to working cooperatively and sharing resources across the region to develop a best practice model for community radio capacity building and policy advocacy strategies.
Membangun komitmen untuk bekerja secara kooperatif, secara bersama, dan berbagi sumber daya antar region. Ini penting nih. Berbagi sumber daya antar region untuk mengembangkan praktek-praktek baik, model dari pengembangan radio komunitas dan juga strategi advokasi kebijakan.
We hereby call upon the governments of the countries of the region to recognize community media as a third tier of broadcasting, including in the digital radio spectrum and other emerging broadcast technologies, and to incorporate community media and planning, policy, regulatory and legislative frameworks, and to develop legislative provisions safeguarding community radio in line with the principles of community radio broadcasting outlined in the 2010 AMARC 40 Principles of Guaranteeing Diversity and Pluralism in Broadcasting in Audiovisual Communications Services.
Mengundang pemerintah dari negara-negara yang ada di dalam region Asia Pasifik untuk recognize, mengakui media-media komunitas sebagai sektor ketiga di dalam penyiaran, termasuk di dalamnya adalah spektrum radio digital, spektrum itu frekuensi radio digital, dan juga teknologi-teknologi penyiaran yang muncul, yang baru muncul, dan menginkorporasi perencanaan dan juga menyertakan perencanaan, kebijakan, aturan-aturan tentang media komunitas di dalam framework kerangka kebijakan, dan juga mengembangkan penyediaan proses-proses legislatif. Legislative provision safeguarding community radio. What's developing legislative provision framework and to develop, dan mengembangkan yang sejalan dengan legislasi yang sejalan dengan prinsip-prinsip di dalam develop legislative profession safeguarding community radio yang mengembangkan legislatif yang sejalan dengan prinsip-prinsip outline penyiaran komunitas di dalam AMARC 2010. Ini AMARC 2010 ini adalah konferensi internasional yang diselenggarakan di Argentina tentang 40 prinsip-prinsip yang menggaransi keberagaman dan pluralisme di dalam penyiaran audiovisual in audiovisual communication service, pelayanan komunikasi audiovisual.
We hereby continue to oppose violence against journalists and media practitioners and to resist legislative measures that would dilute the right to free and open reporting on matters of community interest or concern in accordance with a resolution for the creation of an AMARC Action Committee for the Protection of Community Broadcasters unanimously adopted at AMARC 10 in La Plata, Argentina in 2010.
Ya, melanjutkan penolakan terhadap kekerasan terhadap jurnalis dan pelaku-pelaku media, dan juga mempertahankan proses-proses legislasi yang yang akan mengurangi hak-hak untuk kebebasan dan membuka open reporting on matters, membuka kembali reporting atau laporan yang terkait dengan kepentingan AMARC Action Committee untuk proteksi penyiar-penyiar komunitas yang diadopsi dari konferensi AMARC ke-10 di La Plata, Argentina tahun 2010.
We hereby accept the responsibility that as community radio broadcasters, practitioners and journalists, we, individually and collectively, can have a positive impact within our communities by being agents of empowerment in building resilience.
Ya, menerima tanggung jawab bahwa sebagai penyiar radio komunitas dan juga jurnalis, kita baik secara individual maupun secara kolektif dapat dapat mendapatkan dampak positif di dalam komunitas kita dengan dengan berperan sebagai agen-agen pemberdayaan di dalam membangun ketangguhan di masyarakat.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the declaration. What follows next is a list of the countries. We won't go through them, but the declaration concludes with the line that we all agree, if we do, to uphold this declaration and strive to implement the values and aspirations it embodies.
Ya, yang di bawah ini sebenarnya adalah list dari peserta yang hadir di sini. Kami mewakili radio-radio komunitas, production group produksi, dan berbagai pelaku media komunitas lainnya dari beberapa negara disebutkan di sini. Untuk menerima to uphold memperkuat deklarasi ini untuk untuk mengimplementasikan nilai dan juga aspirasi di dalamnya,
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any contributions? Is there anything that anyone would like to see built in to the declaration at this point?
Yeah, Shane, I think we have a hand raised from Nimi. There's another mic here.
I think I would like to add the fact that there's an emerging and increasing violence against women, which we discussed in the panel discussion earlier, which is impacting women's right to communication and to access, the social barriers being there, and violence is increasing. I think that component, I didn't see it here. Has it been included?
Okay.
If you could write a small paragraph and get that to us for inclusion, please.
Oke. Nimi mengusulkan untuk dimasukkan satu paragraf tentang upaya untuk against violence against women, kekerasan terhadap perempuan di dalam upaya-upaya untuk mengembangkan communication, dalam menjalankan peran-peran di dalam mengoperasionalkan radio komunitas.
Are there any other contributions? Is there anything else that we may have left out that you think is important?
Thank you. I would like to contribute to add somewhere. Community radio will contribute to over the people and to protect the children, means using especially in armed conflict and so on, and trafficking too.
We have paragraphs that cover children, but not specifically. If you have a paragraph you would like to draft for us and give it to me, then I will include that for this afternoon's session.
Bapak di sebelah sana mengusulkan tambahan paragraf tentang proteksi atau perlindungan terhadap anak-anak di dalam konflik bersenjata, armed conflict and
trafficking.
Dan juga trafficking. Jadi usulannya itu, tetapi menurut Shane di sana ada paragraf tentang anak yang mungkin harus diberi penekanan terhadap penekanan khusus dengan apa yang diusulkan oleh Bapak dari Nepal di sana. Jadi ada penekanan tambahan tentang proteksi atau perlindungan terhadap anak dan isu-isu perdagangan manusia, anak di dalam konflik bersenjata dan perdagangan manusia.
We have one more?
Hello everyone, it's Surya from Nepal. I would like to suggest some point in context of Nepal, but I don't know about other country, like I hope that is also India. Yet community radio should address at first in context of Nepal, in our country, the women, the girls in the period of menstruation period, they stay out of their home until 7 to 10 days. In some community, not every community. So we should address those issues and agendas, and we need to aware them to stop their such type of culture. Then I want to add another one more. We have one community who always lives in jungle, in forest. They spend their whole life in forest, that is called Raute. They are loser ethnic group of Nepal. So I think it will be better to address on this paper about the issues and agendas of Raute. Thank you very much.
There is two issues that you raised. Can you repeat for me, because I'm not so clear.
The first issue was that in some communities, women are excluded from their homes for a period in their menstruation, yeah? Oh. So menstruating women are excluded from their homes for a period of time. Oh. And the second was there is a community, a small group who live in the forests, yeah? Okay. And that name?
Raute.
Raute, who live in the forests,
and the concern there is...
They always stay in forest, and they have no home, and they have no income sources, and their living standard is too poor. They have no, they only beggar. They always beg with other people, and they have no any production activity. They have no business activity. They have not any profession. They only ask to. They come from forest in village, and they asked in village community, and they come back to young forest, and they spend their lifestyle.
What you mentioned the last, people living in the jungle is related with indigenous people? No?
They are not related with other indigenous people. They have different culture. They have different unity. They have also king. They have they choose their leader like as king, and the king that is called as Mukhia, he lead them, and they always stay in jungle, always stay in forest, and he lead them.
Iya, tadi ada dua poin penting usulan dari teman kita di Nepal. Yang pertama juga diusulkan untuk memasukkan kelompok perempuan yang ini agak bingung jelasinnya, tereksklusi karena dia harus keluar dari rumahnya karena dia harus keluar dari rumahnya selama 7-10 hari karena mengalami menstruasi. Ini jadi kelihatannya spesifik. Saya nggak tahu ini ada. Is this a culture? Sorry, is this culture? Oh, okay. Can you help me?
I just want to clarify the point our colleague mentioned. He was basically mentioning about an indigenous community, Raute. In Nepal, out of 125 ethnic and caste groups, 59 ethnic and caste groups have been recognized as indigenous peoples. And that Raute he was mentioning is one of the indigenous community. And I already saw a paragraph that has included the Article 16 of UN RIP that covers.
Oke. Ya, jadi ada klarifikasi dari teman kita di Nepal juga yang memiliki radio komunitas masyarakat adat. Sebenarnya apa yang diusulkan itu sudah tercover di dalam apa tadi? Artikel tentang UN. Nah ini nih. Artikel, this is the articles, oke. Jadi itu sudah termasuk di dalam artikel 16 dari deklarasi PBB tentang hak-hak masyarakat adat. So persoalannya apakah kita ingin membuat ini menjadi lebih spesifik? Itu pertama. Yang kedua, tadi soal perempuan tadi saya agak bingung tuh. Hah? Jadi ini the first one that he mentioned is related with the culture, or habit, or cultures of specific community. Yeah.
So basically, I want to clarify same thing that he was mentioning about the Raute, and there are certain other indigenous groups who are still nomad, right? They are the forest dwellers. They are still nomad, right? He was talking basically about. They, obviously, indigenous peoples have their own language, they have their own rituals, they have their own customs, right? The nomads, obviously, as he said, they don't have land in their names. That is the difference. And obviously, there are communities in India, certain part of India, and even in Indonesia. So they, in Nepal, that Raute he was mentioning is one of the indigenous community, have been recognized by the government. So as I said, we should not rewrite the paragraph that includes, right? The UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples is obviously paraphrased by the UN itself. that covers the rights of indigenous peoples. And that Article 16 is related with the right to media for indigenous peoples. That was what I was mentioning.
Okay. So it's clear. Shane, we
Is it clear?
Yes, I think we need to remember that we are community radio practitioners, that we are managers of stations, that we are members of associations. And so there are some things that we cannot do within the forums that we operate as radio practitioners, station managers, journalists, supporters, etc. So I think that our friend has explained that paragraph that refers to Article 16 covers our other colleagues' concerns. We will, certainly I'll be here for a little while, and if you want to come and speak with me and have something included, we'll do our best. I'm conscious that it's 1:05. I have one more.
Ya, sebelum itu saya mau menjelaskan sekali lagi bahwa apa yang diusulkan ini sudah diklarifikasi dan sebenarnya masuk kepada artikel deklarasi PBB untuk masyarakat adat.
Okay, thank you. I just want to suggesting that if it could be, this declaration could announce to any government institution around the world to protect the right of the community to set up or build up the community radio station in their own country. And then I just want in this declaration can mention also about the role of the community radio to developing the traditional knowledge of the community in multi-sector, because I know that the traditional knowledge is going to ending if we don't do promote for that. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a section that already covers asking governments to provide the framework for the establishment of community radio. So in response to your first question, we already have a paragraph in there. In response to your question about including something on the preservation of language, is that correct? Knowledge, traditional knowledge. I'm sure we will be able to fit something in. So just a reminder there about traditional knowledge.
Yeah. Jadi yang diusulkan oleh Presado itu ada dua hal. Yang pertama adalah proteksi atau perlindungan terhadap negara harus memberikan perlindungan terhadap mereka-mereka yang ingin atau yang berkeinginan membangun radio komunitas, itu pertama. Dan barusan diklarifikasi oleh Shane bahwa itu sudah masuk di dalam bagian dari deklarasi. Dan yang kedua adalah upaya-upaya yang harus dilakukan radio komunitas untuk mendokumentasikan, right? Documenting or about traditional, preservasi, merawat traditional knowledge, pengetahuan lokal, pengetahuan tradisional. Jadi itu diusulkan radio komunitas juga melakukan hal itu. Dan ini yang kemudian perlu di stated di sini, ada tambahan usulan untuk mempreserve traditional knowledge dari komunitas.
Thank you. Have another?
In the declaration today, and even in Bangalore, we have stated something about United Nations Indigenous Peoples' Rights. And that declaration includes all of this: the preservation of traditional knowledge, the right of indigenous communities to establish their own media, to use their own language. So we can elaborate on that in that aspect. Even this situation of nomads. In principle, these are included in the UN RIP, as we have mentioned in the now and even in the earlier declaration.
Mary has pointed out that the paragraph in which we acknowledge Resolution 16, that the things that have been talked about regarding preservation of knowledge and language are already included under that article. So they're already in there, even though they aren't specifically stated out in this declaration.
Oke, Marley Carling menyampaikan bahwa pernyataan tentang pentingnya peran radio komunitas untuk men-preserve tradisional pengetahuan lokal dari komunitas itu sebenarnya sudah tercakup atau masuk di dalam artikel PBB untuk deklarasi PBB tentang masyarakat adat yang diantaranya adalah poin yang disampaikan oleh Presado. So, jadi itu sudah tidak, it is not be at okay. Jadi ini tidak dimasukkan karena sebenarnya sudah termasuk di dalam deklarasi PBB yang disampaikan tadi.
Thank you. We'll need to wrap this up very shortly so we can have some lunch and move on with the rest of today's agenda.
Okay, thank you for the time, but I will use bahasa I'm so sorry. Okay. Menurut saya pribadi, untuk kita menuju deklarasi, sebenarnya draft ini harusnya dibahas lebih mendalam. Apalagi sebagian besar yang teman-teman kita, khususnya di Indonesia itu, bisa jadi tidak mengerti isi draft tersebut. Kemudian kemana arah draft itu, kemudian goalnya apa. Kemudian yang kedua, melanjutkan yang pertama tadi, sebaiknya seharusnya draft ini dibagikan dulu untuk kami pelajari, kami baca. Baru kami akan kritisi poin per poin. Kemudian yang kedua adalah mengenai dorongan-dorongan kita menegaskan hak-hak. Seperti...
sorry, yang pertama dulu ya, pertama dulu supaya nggak kepanjangan. Mas namanya?
Saya Ariel dari Bali.
Pak Mas Ariel mentioned that it's supposed to do, the declaration that we discuss now should be considered to discuss more further rather than put it in the presentations. So, like for example, he proposed that the draft distribute to participant, and then participant discuss in details, because some of participants here may not understand completely about the purposes, about the idea and the direction of the declarations, where the declaration going to be. This one, and the second?
The second, I'm so sorry. Untuk isu-isu seperti yang telah dibicarakan dalam deklarasi tersebut, kami menganggap bahwa beberapa isu itu masih debatable. Kemudian, khusus kami di negara kami, di Indonesia, atau di komunitas kami, hal-hal yang akan kita dorong dan kita tegaskan itu bisa menjadi berbahaya buat radio komunikasi kami. Radio komunitas kami. Contoh seperti mendorong hak-hak yang berbeda, sexual orientation, misalnya LGBT. Itu menurut kami hargai haknya sebagai manusia, tetapi untuk mendorong, mensupport perilakunya sebagai LGBT, itu tentu kami tidak setuju. Kalau yang harus kita dorong adalah bentuk mendorong penyadaran daripada pelaku-pelaku ini. Ini kan masih debatable, jadi kalau kami disuruh ikut mendeklarasikan atau menandatangani deklarasi, lebih baik kami keluar dari forum. Terima kasih.
Okay, the second one is in terms of several encouraging in the statement, several statements. Maybe some of them still debatable, at least in the group of from Bali, from the Bali groups, or maybe in the participant from Indonesia. He mentioned one the issues that still debatable in this country, I mean in Indonesia, according to him, is about the encouraging mendorong encouraging and support encourage LGBTIQ because according to him, he think that we agree to protect their human right as a human right, but it's better if beside the protect of their human rights, also to menyadarkan apa? To raise awareness about the habits of LGBT is not a law, right? Not a law in some communities, especially he's talking about in Indonesia.
We must remember that this is an inclusive document. That we recognize, as we did at the very beginning of the document, we recognize there are differences. Unfortunately, if all we do is say, we cannot say that, or we cannot do that here in this country and that country, we cannot make a declaration. If there are, and we acknowledge that in some countries there will be difficulties in attempting to justify the declaration. We acknowledge that. But we also agree to support each other in those struggles. So I think it is not a good idea to remove those parts of the declaration which say we will affirm and we will work with, we will educate and make awareness of. Because to do that defeats, I think, our purpose. However, we acknowledge the sensitivity that some countries and some peoples hold to certain issues.
Yeah, Shane, I think Mary would like to say something.
Menurut
Hello.
Shane,
Yes. I think in this plenary, we should at least agree on the principles by which these are stated. On a country-to-country basis, it's up to you how to manage or handle this issue. Since Indonesia has its own national network of community radio, then it should be clarified and handled well in that level. Because if we accommodate every specific issue or concern, then we will have so much pages of declaration. I think what we should agree this time are the essence, the principles by which we are stating these concerns and issues. Thank you.
Iya, Mari Carling mengusulkan mungkin sebaiknya kita bersepakat saja dalam hal-hal yang prinsip, tidak masuk ke hal yang detail. Kemudian terkait dengan, karena ini misalnya akan jadi sulit kalau misalnya negara ini nggak bisa yang ngambil yang ini, negara lain bisa yang ini tapi nggak mau yang ini. Ini jadi agak membingungkan dan panjang ininya. Nah, oleh karena itu sarannya kemudian adalah jaringan di tingkat nasional di negara yang mungkin keberatan dengan itu, yang bagaimana rumusan itu disepakati di dalam khusus di satu negara. Karena bisa jadi sebentar lagi ada lagi yang mengusulkan misalnya dari sini nggak setuju dengan, atau dari negara, for example negara lain yang juga mengusulkan hal yang berbeda, yang sebenarnya di negara lainnya hal itu tidak bermasalah. Itu kira-kira yang barusan disampaikan oleh Marley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time for this session is over. what I would request is anybody who has already indicated that they would like something included to come and speak with me briefly. What we will do this afternoon is have a very short session. If there are no other changes to be made, but only some inclusions, then the short session this afternoon, all I will present is the additions, and if we agree to them, then in this afternoon session, before we leave, we can adopt the Yogyakarta Declaration.
Ya, jadi sesi ini akan ditutup, dan teman-teman tadi yang sudah menyampaikan usulannya, mungkin akan lebih baik berkumpul di sini untuk menjelaskan atau mungkin pengkalimatannya agar itu sesuai dengan struktur yang ada di dalam draft deklarasi ini. Nanti sore deklarasi ini akan sekali lagi disampaikan secara dalam sesi yang pendek yang juga sudah dimasukkan oleh usulan-usulan tambahan ini.
So that concludes this session. If the drafting committee can just briefly come and have a word with me before they go and grab some lunch. I'll now hand back to Ashish, the chair of this session. Oh, and I would like to... Nikki? Yeah. I would like us to thank her for her hard work in operating the technology.
Well, thank you, Shane, and thank you, Imam, too, for translating this. You've done an admirable job. Thank you, Shane. Very comprehensive over here. Thank you, friends, for your patience. We now break for lunch. As we've broken late and we have to get back, may I say we return back by 2 o'clock. We will start, we will reassemble over here at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Oke, teman-teman tadi sebelum makan siang, teman-teman yang tadi mengusulkan atau tunjuk tangan boleh ke sini untuk mengusulkan lebih detail rumusannya.
Bilangnya kan makrifat.
Sebenarnya iya, poin besarnya itu kan salah tanggapnya itu. Karena begitu ada label LGBT terus nggak mau stigmatik gitu. Kita kan memproteksi tindakan-tindakan diskriminatif.
Mas, itu waktu di show